Ladies and gentlemen, focus your attention on the 30-yard line for our Bloom-Carroll cheerleaders. Lily Aldridge.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Dagger Law, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.
It's week number 2 of the high school football season. We're at Carl Fell Stadium at Bloom-Carroll High School for our Interface Video Productions High School Football Game of the Week. Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Down on the field, we have Marion Royster joining us tonight. Tim, let's jump right into it. Tonight's contest, a former rivalry in the Mid-State League Buckeye Division. However, now Teays Valley moving out of the Buckeye of the Mid-State League, moving to the OCC Buckeye.
Year one, and as Coach Cross said, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment, but he took that job to help them make the transition.
Let's talk about both these teams. We'll go ahead and start out with Teays Valley. You had a chance to talk to both coaches. Of course, for Teays Valley, Brian Cross, this is a guy who's been around. I mean, he has coached a lot of football in his years. And what are his thoughts on his team this year? Really
loved the offseason. Did a lot of work, got stronger, got bigger. Didn't feel they transformed that or translated it to the field last week in their loss to Grove City. So, he's excited about his group. But when you work hard, you do get better.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes a little while to get it translated.
And I know that score, 42-7 loss at Grove City, might be, some people might have looked at that and said, wow. But Grove City's a much improved football team this year.
They are. Coach Cross in his 39th year as a head coach, he's seen everything. He started a program at Olentangy Orange. He's been at Canton McKinley and played in the state championship game. I mean, he's seen it all.
Yeah.
So he's not going to panic. He's not, he's going to have poise, and he's just going to sell the kids on the right effort and the right attitude.
Now on the other side for Bloom-Carroll, this is a team that year after year after year, they put a quality product on the field. They find themselves in the state finals every year, and Coach McKinney has them rolling after week number 1 already.
He does. He was very pleased with the performance overall at Chillicothe last week. Through a shutout, which you never can be disappointed in your defense. Offensively, had big plays. It's hard to apologize for only running 30-some plays during the game because he ran 2 punts back.
Yeah.
But that's the way it works. But he really feels they got a need to get better at running the football. Even though they like to pass probably 70% of the time, this is called the air raid offense for a purpose.
Yeah. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals, where they have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. Carol and Eric Whittington would love to help you plan your next event, all with a personal touch. Be sure to book early, especially during those summer and fall months. Stop out and see their incredible showroom on Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. It's no secret it's been a hot one this week. Down on the field, we're bringing the third member of our broadcast team, Marion Royster. And Marion, teams adjusting to the heat. And we see the temperature on the screen right now. It says 84 degrees. However, that's got to feel much hotter down on the turf.
Turf, Jared. It's actually kind of funny. I thought it was going to be a lot hotter than it actually was, or it actually is. So maybe the team's lucked out with a little bit of overcast. But yeah, the thing is the coaches have really had to make adjustments. I was talking to Coach McKinney a little bit before the game. He was saying that they had to go and do evening practice at 7 p.m. He actually gave the field up to the girls soccer team and was over on the baseball field practicing until about 8:30 until it got dark where they couldn't even see anything anymore. So you just do what you got to do. Coaches make adjustments. I'm sure tonight will be no different, but I expect to see both teams come out and play well.
And Marion, Coach Cross said they spend a lot of time inside in a gym practicing. As a player, you do what you can to simulate a game, but there's no way to simulate football on a basketball court.
Right, and there really isn't. So you really just go over assignments, make sure that everyone has those mental reps that are very important as well, again, because you can't simulate games, especially, in condensed conditions like that. But, at the same time, at least you're getting work in, you've got the guys together, and you just progress as best you can in conditions when they're not favorable.
Tim, let's talk about strengths and weaknesses. Of course, when you talk to these coaches, one of the notes that Coach Cross talked about is we must take away big plays and force long drives. But then you look down the sheet that you prepared for us, and the strengths for Bloom-Carroll, it says score on big plays.
Yeah.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, they had 3 big plays last week, similar to what we saw out at Fairfield Union with New Lexington. They hit 3 big pass plays, 73, 48, and 23.
Yeah. Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by North Body Shop. Since 1979, North Body Shop has been providing professional auto collision repairs on all makes and models. Don't think of going anywhere else to get your vehicle looking like new again. We pride ourselves in serving all of collision repair needs throughout Fairfield County.
Jared, I think another point that may come into play, especially during this time of year, is Bloom-Carroll is totally 2-platooned.
Yeah.
There are going to be 22 starters.
Wow.
Nobody plays 2 ways right now. He said there are some people that eventually that will probably happen, but for right now, they'll get their rest when the other group is on the field. So I think that's huge.
Marion, how I guess rare is it to see a Division III school that has so many guys playing at the next level and so many guys on the field tonight that will be playing at the next level?
Yeah, it's extremely to see that type of talent all consolidated at one school, again, of this size, like you said, Jared. But, you know, it's kind of like excellence begets excellence, you know. Kids get excited. They want to come out. Obviously, Coach McKinney has a great program here, so he develops players well. And, you know, we can talk a little about it later, but, you know, they get great transfers like Rusty Hutchinson coming to the school, and kids just want to be a part of a great program.
Yep.
So just says a lot about it.
Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. Back deep for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, wearing all purple tonight, will be number 19, I think on this near, no, that's 29 on the near side. That's Bo Sherman. And on the far side, that is Rusty Hutchison, who Marion just mentioned. He is a speedy guy. We saw him last year with Fairfield Christian. He can flat out fly down the football field. The kick is boomed into the end zone by the kicker for Teays Valley. That's a weapon right there. Maxwell Spencer put it in the end zone.
Hey, 65 yards in the air. You got to love it.
When you do that, you don't have to worry about the speed of Hutchison or Sherman.
Now, and if you go back and you look at how many high school teams can drive the ball 80 yards consistently and be effective, it's not very many.
Yeah. You mentioned the big plays of Bloom-Carroll last week, scored on plays of 73, 48, and 23 yards.
And they ran 2 punts back.
Yeah.
You know, Bo Sherman ran 2 punts for touchdown. I mean, those are huge.
Bulldogs led by senior quarterback Ethan Thanavong, the 6', 188-pounder. He's another one getting some college looks. He will run out of the shotgun, and already we have a whistle. And Bloom-Carroll calls a timeout.
Timeout before the game got started. Bulldogs.
Wow.
Well, you know what? This is Ethan's 31st start as a starter, as a quarterback for Bloom-Carroll. That's a lot, Jared.
Yes, it is.
And he's so poised. Coach Cross praised him a lot about how he's really good in the pocket. He's very composed. And he said, you know, we've got our hands full, but he expects to be the most physical team on the field tonight.
Of course, he'll have a bevy of players to choose from to throw to, led by Michael Stevenson, the big 6'5", 226-pound senior tight end, headed to Colgate. Had a great year last year and already started out that way. And he's also got Hutchison, who we mentioned, Aiden Scholes.
Yes, Bloom-Carroll.
And a flag on the play.
Yes,
Boy, just a sloppy start here in week number 2.
Hey, Coach McKinney, we out here.
Marion, you're right there. I didn't see who moved, but Coach McKinney can't be happy with the start so far.
No, it's 2 in a row. That first one looked to be a personnel issue where it didn't have the right guys on the field, so they had to take a timeout to avoid the delayed game, and then ended up getting 5 yards on the legal procedure there. So not a good start, but they can get it turned around here.
Jude Blair stands behind Thanavong out of the shotgun. Blair takes the handoff. He'll go over right tackle, and a couple of yards on the play. Gets him up to about the 18. Second down and 12 coming up. Blair's the 5'10 senior running back. And Tim, you mentioned the depth. It is an army down there on this purple sideline. 95 guys out for football.
From 9 to 12.
Wow.
That's a great number.
Yes, it is. Blair last week, 4 carries and 33 yards. He picked up 3 on the first carry, and wow, another flag. This time it might be on Teays Valley. Not sure our official's microphone is working. That penalty going to move it up, make it 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Bulldogs. Van Thanavong back to pass. Has pressure, he lost the football. Able to pick it up himself, and what poise was that? He hit his man in stride. That's Dodds down the left sideline. A big gainer on a busted play. But there is a flag.
I believe they had a hold. No, personal foul.
Wow.
Rough the passer.
Boy, what poise by Van Thanavong.
Yeah.
Lost the football, picked it back up, scrambled. And also, how about the offensive line? Here's the replay.
Yeah, watch here. Watch him move out. Get good pressure from Teays. Picks his own, lost the ball, picks it up himself. Yeah, that was a correct call.
Yeah.
He got him late. But I tell you, there's that big play again.
But how about the offensive line, too? Typically, when a play busts like that, they'll take off down the field blocking, and they didn't. They held their blocks and allowed something to happen there. So the big gainer makes it 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Vikings. I'm not sure what's happening now. We're moving it a little further. Okay, so they had it marked where the play ended, and now they tacked on the roughing the passer. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Bloom-Carroll. Kind of a strange start tonight, Shu. So Thanavong again with Blair behind him. Looking to pass, has pressure again. Thanavong tucks it in and will get a few yards on the play. Boy, that defensive line of Teays Valley really getting a push.
Yeah, that's an experienced defensive line, Jared.
Tristan Graham, Gabriel Zirkle in there.
Tyler Teets.
Yeah.
But the thing about Ethan Thanavong, Jared, is he really got after it in the weight room in the offseason. One of the things Coach McKinney talked about, and right there you saw he picked up 4 yards, Jared.
Yeah.
Out of nothing.
Right.
So he's gotten a lot stronger. That will help his stamina itself and make him even that much better.
Thanavong passes to the near side. What a almost. It was high. Stevenson almost hauled it in. Good defense by Tyler Matthews of the Vikings on the coverage of Stevenson. You'll see it here on the replay. Yeah, he had it, and then Matthews made the hit to jar it loose. Tonight's replays are brought to you by Dagger Law.
How about the range of Stevenson, guys, to even get his hands on that ball?
Yeah,
he went way up for it. Wasn't able to pull it in, but impressive nonetheless.
There's a good look at Michael right there. Just looks like a tight end, doesn't he?
He does.
In motion goes Maddox Byler, and a flag again. This is going to be a false start on the Bulldogs.
Bro, 10 yards backwards is crazy.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 for Bloom-Carroll. Split out wide to the right is Evan Cardenas. To the left side, Hutchison over there, as well as Maddox Byler.
Teays' corners are really coming up to challenge the
They are,
wideouts.
aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Thanavong fires one out, caught by Byler, and he's out of bounds near the yard to gain, but I think he's going to be a little bit short. It's going to make it 4th down and about 1 or 2. And they do have Trayton McKee, who is a heck of a kicker. McKee signed at Bowling Green. But They're going to keep the offense there. 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs. And they're not even going to need to run the play. Tyler Matthews jumps off sides, and it's going to give Bloom-Carroll the 1st down.
Yeah. You just got to have a little more discipline.
Yeah.
In that situation especially.
It's like a little bit more confusion here. About 3 different guys started to come on the field for this next play, and then they came right back off. So 1st and goal at the 6 for Bloom-Carroll. Blair again in the backfield, and we have a flag or a timeout?
Timeout.
Timeout this time, Teays Valley.
Tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is the Buckeye Automotive family. The Buckeye Honda, Nissan, and Toyota dealerships would like to wish all of the local athletes best of luck this season. Learn more at buckeyecars.com.
Of course, later start tonight due to the heat. Some of the games around the area started at normal time of 7 o'clock. Here are some of those games in week number 2. Unioto is at Amanda Clear Creek. The Meigs Marauders are at Fairfield Union. North Union at Liberty Union. Trimble at Byrne Union. Van Loo at Millersport. Fairfield Christian is at Oak Hill. Wayne Valley, New Jersey is at Lancaster. Pickerington Central at Huber Heights Wayne. Grandville, Michigan is at Pickerington North. Logan is at Nelsonville, York. Canal Winchester, Hilliard Davidson. Harvest Prep with a big win last week over Pick Central. They're at Purcell Marion tonight. Philo is at New Lexington. I tell you what, Shu, I just keep going back to that. I was so impressed with New Lex last week. They got a battle tonight with Philo.
Yeah, the Electrics will always come out and be big and physical.
Yep. Watkins Memorial's at Sheridan, and tomorrow night Tuscarora Central Catholic will be at Fisher Catholic. We'll be checking some scores as we go on here tonight. 1st and goal from the 6 for the Bulldogs. Thanavong hands it to Blair, and Blair is hit almost immediately, but goes forward for about a yard.
Yeah, Tristan Graham hopping in there along with some others. The defensive line for Teays Valley is being very physical right now.
Yeah, they've looked pretty good. I mean, they're getting a big push on that defensive side. Yeah, there's a good look at him. Tristan Graham leading the way. Thanavong pitches it out. Going left side, and again, good pursuit. That was Bo Sherman on the carry.
Wasn't that Jaden Woods that took him?
I think so.
Caught him on the sideline, didn't let him get wide. Jaden's referred to as Spike.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Marion, that's a really good football nickname, isn't it? Spike Woods. 3rd down and goal inside the 5 for Bloom-Carroll. 9 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Thanavong pitches it out to Blair. Blair trying to get to the corner, and he's not going to make it. Good pursuit, trying to catch the number 23, it looks like, for Teays Valley.
Here we go in the replay.
Carson Payne.
Look at him fight off blocks, and then he shot in there.
Really good job. And look who else came in to finish it up.
Hey, Carson's only a sophomore, man, playing that linebacker spot.
Trayton McKee comes on to try the field goal. It'll be out of the hold of Maddox Byler. Officially will be a 25-yard field goal attempt.
30% and backwards this way is JV.
Good snap, good hold. And no problem for Trayton McKee and the Bulldogs with a 3-0 lead after the first possession. But Marion, I tell you, if you're Coach Cross, you got to be pretty pleased, especially after the long play, to hold him down there in the red zone.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Cross, I'm definitely pleased with that. The team, the defensive up front, as you guys talked about, very physical, didn't give an inch there inside the red zone. You had the broken play earlier where, Thanavong was able to scramble and get some extra time there to find an open receiver. But, you really like that. The linebacker play has been really stellar. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little later, but Ethan Schwabach, who was really the heart and soul of the defense, huge piece of their defense from the inside linebacker position, lost for the season last week, but they don't miss a beat, especially, again, on the run pursuit. Looked very good on that first drive, especially against the run.
It's a good call, Mario. We definitely want to wish the best to Ethan Schwalb. I never want to see an injury, but especially week number 1 of your senior season.
No, and he played the fullback position. When you want to run the football, that's like having another lineman, in your backfield, and he was an excellent linebacker.
McKee will kick it off. Back deep for Teays Valley. They've got 3 guys back there standing near the goal line. It's number 21. That's Zach Hill. Or check that. It's number 11. Kevin McDowell in the middle. Keys kick. Going to go to the end zone. Not too often you see 2 kicks in a high school game back-to-back go to the end zone.
Well, I think what we should do in overtime, if there is that, we just line the kickers up and see who can kick it the furthest, right?
That'd be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And, I mean, look at McKee. He's not big at all. He's got a powerful leg.
We've seen, during the Carroll games over the years, we've seen them have a very good kicker. Almost, I can't remember when they didn't have a good kicker. So if I'm a coach running a football program, I'm going to find out what's going on and try to model what they do, because it's a weapon.
It's more surprising if they don't have a good kicker.
Exactly.
1st and 10 for Teays Valley. Brady Matthews is Brady Farmer, the quarterback, hands it off on 1st down. Short gain on the play makes it 2nd down and 9 as the clock rolls inside of 9 minutes to play here in this 1st quarter.
Remember, these are 11 new players that have not been in the game for Carroll.
Wow.
It's not the norm.
Yeah. Pretty stout defense as well. Park Truex over on that left side defensive end. Had a really good year last year and looking for more this year. Handoff. It's Kevin Gray. Or no, check that. They give it to Gray or Matthews that time?
I think that might have been Jones.
Okay.
Oh, it's Gray. Excuse me.
Hey, that was a pretty good job by the interior of the line at the point of attack right there.
Yeah, it was. Farmer is a 6'4", 178-pound junior, starting quarterback for this Teays Valley Viking football team. 3rd down and 3. Out of the shotgun, look at the pass over the near or far side. It's caught for the 1st down and out of bounds. And a late flag coming in as Marcus Mealy was hit late out of bounds after he made the catch.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 more.
Yeah, he was a step or 2 out of bounds when he took that hit. So I tell you, if the Bulldogs run for penalties on Saturday mornings, so already they're going to have some running to do.
Keeping John Whitson busy right now, that's for sure.
Yeah. Microphone not working. We'll try to get that taken care of, but next penalty, we'll tell you about our officials and who we have on the crew tonight. So after the penalty, it brings the ball up to the 48-yard line of the Vikings. Farmer breaks the huddle and will have to his right 1 running back. That is number 7, Spike, on the way down the far, and another flag comes in, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Spike Woods, a good carry, but we'll see what the penalty is. They're talking about it.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 2. Penalty being forced half the distance from the end of the play, 1st down.
Wow, 2 personal fouls on this drive. There's our official shoe.
John Whitson is our referee tonight. Umpire T.J. Lyons, head linesman Jeff Nye, line judge Paul Sells. The back judge is Mike Warner, and the center judge is Gene Nye. This is John Whitson's 38th season
and
as
it
a
doesn't
football
get much better
official.
than him, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Good run right there inside the 5 for the Vikings. On the carry was the quarterback, Brady Farmer. He got the first down, so to bring up a 1st and goal at the 3.
Isn't this a novelty tonight? Neither team has a logo on their helmet.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Bloom-Carroll almost has the
Penn
State look, but they might have a yellow stripe on the sides of that purple. I can't tell. Here we go, 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Vikings. Farmer will hand it off to Spike Woods. Woods around the right side. Good pursuit by that. He lost the football. They will say he's down, though.
Yep.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Really good job by David Mullen from his linebacker spot. Jared, he came up and really blew that thing up.
So 2nd down and goal from the 1. Here's the replay. Our Dagger Law replay will show it.
Yeah, watch him. Look at that. Looks good right there. Now watch. He got off that block.
Yeah, wow.
And here he comes. Great play.
Yeah, really good job. David Mullen, just a junior. Farmer again gives it to Spike Woods, and Spike Woods is in for the touchdown. Just like that, the Vikings take it down the field and take the lead.
Teays brought a very good crowd, and they're excited.
Yeah.
They came to play, didn't they?
I mean, it's full over there.
It is.
Here it is.
Yeah, they're winning at the line of scrimmage here, Jared.
Good run by Spike Woods. On to kick the extra point, Maxwell Spencer. Almost blocked, but Spencer is able to get it through to take a 7-3 lead with 6:01 to play in the 1st quarter. Marion, pretty impressed with that drive right there down the field for the Vikings.
Yeah, we'll say it again. As Coach Cross, if he was pleased on that first defensive drive of the game, he's definitely got to be pleased with the first offensive one there for the Vikings. They looked really crisp, sharp, helped out by a couple penalties by Bloom-Carroll, but I tell you what, they are really controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. That's making a huge difference. We'll see if Bloom-Carroll can muster, some physicality up front, because again, I know they're very reliant on the big play, but they cannot, do that every week in and week out. Coach McKinney knows that. They're going to have to sustain some drives here. Let's see if they'll do it on this one.
Checking some scores from some other games around the area. Fairfield Union leads Meigs 13-0 in the 1st quarter. It's Wayne Valley, New Jersey over Lancaster 14-7 in the 2nd quarter. Millersport all over Van Loo 30-6 at the half. No score listed for Fairfield Christian and Oak Hill. Same as Unioto and Amanda Clear Creek. Liberty Union leads North Union 21-16, that in the 3rd quarter. So continue to keep you updated on those games and more throughout the night tonight. Here it's 7-3 after the Vikings take their first offensive possession down and score it. Both offenses helped by big penalties in their first drives. There's another kickoff into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their 2nd drive of the night. They got to get some things worked out. It just didn't seem right. It seemed a little sloppy that first drive.
Yeah. Yeah, a little disorganized and also just not rhythmic at all.
Van Thanavong again will have Jude Blair behind him. 2 receivers to each side. Passes to Stevenson. Stevenson looking for a block. Michael out across the 35 or 25. And that'll be a gain of about 7 or 8 on the play for Michael.
See, even though the Teays Valley corners are coming up and crowding the wide, what they're doing is they're going deep and vacating the zone.
Yeah.
And Carroll's philosophy is find the green. In other words, find an open area,
right.
And they don't care who they throw it to.
2nd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Van Thanavong passes over to the far side. It's caught for a 1st down and more. Finally out of bounds near the 48-yard line. The catch and the run was made by number 14, Dylan Fry.
There you go. Watch the formation. Just a stop. And there's the throw, and good job by the wide receiver blocking.
It's actually 24. Landon Dodds on the catch and run.
Yeah, that's too long. That's two big plays for Landon.
First and goal, or first and 10 rather, at their own 46. Ethan keeps him. Oh, big hit, and somehow he was able to get out of it. He was hit hard at the line of scrimmage and then was able to gain about 3 yards.
Again, there's that strength in the offseason.
Yeah.
It matters.
Definitely is showing.
Watch here on the replay.
Yeah, guys, and I don't know if you Teays Valley was trying to bait Thantanavong into throwing into that slot again. They left him uncovered, and at the last second brought the defender up to try to stop 24. But Ethan, again, had the wherewithal to see that, pulled it down and got a few yards.
Tristan Graham, man, he just put a hit on Ethan, but Thantanavong was able to get out of it. Now another flag on the play.
Procedure.
So it takes a second and medium.
Dead
back
ball,
to
false start.
Second and long.
Offense, number 83, 5-yard penalty, second down. No.
Second down and 12 for Bloom-Carroll. 4:37 to play in the first quarter. Blair stands behind Thantanavong. 3 receivers down to the bottom of the screen. Blair is going to be hit and dropped right about the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Again, very physical up front right now.
I don't know about you, but did you hear a whistle before that play?
I heard some noise. I'm not sure what it was.
I don't know if somebody in the stands or student section has a whistle, but that could become pretty distracting. 3rd and 10 for Bloom-Carroll. Good look there at Ethan Thantanavong. He's back to pass, being pressured, and it's intercepted. Tyler Matthews down the near sideline to the 30, looking for a block, and Matthews going to go to the house for a Teays Valley pick 6.
They had that super well defended,
They
Jared.
did. So Tyler Matthews picked it off and took it all the way into the end zone. You'll see here he's looking for
he's standing in the
receiver.
pocket, and then finally he has to get out.
I think the receiver thought he was going to run it, so he just became a blocker.
Yes.
And didn't turn around.
I think you're right.
And then he got a good block right there. How about that? 34 for the Vikings. Leading the block, that's Peter Graham. Extra point is up and good. And Teays Valley leads it 14-3 as Tyler Matthews gets the Viking helmet after that pick 6.
Well, they do it in baseball, so I guess carry it over to football, right?
Matthews is a baseball player for the Vikings.
Well, you know what's good about this, and it's hard to say this if you're rooting for Carroll, but you're going to find out what kind of team you have.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
you have to do these things and play situations where you got to play people that are going to challenge you.
Well, think about over the last 2-3 years, it's been rare until late in the playoffs or the first game of the year when they play Harvest Prep that they'd be down in a game.
Well, if you look at it in the league, Jared, they've won or shared 6 titles.
Wow.
The last 6. So this is good for them. Especially, you lost a lot of players last year.
Yeah, you did.
So these are some new players that got to deal with it, and it's different. As we say on Friday nights, when the cheerleaders are jumping and the popcorn's cooking, the game's different.
Maxwell Spencer to kick it off.
So these have been 65-yard bombs.
Yeah, he's been booming them into the end zone.
And he's not a huge person.
No, he's not.
But his leg is huge.
He's listed at 5'10", 165. That's being generous, I think. This one also going to go to the end zone for a touchback.
Guys, and I don't know if just me, but I'm not questioning Coach McKinney. He's forgotten more football than I probably ever know. But if I've got returners like Hutchinson and Bo Sherman, I don't know if I put them maybe heels at the end zone, maybe even a yard or two deep. If they catch it 5 yards deep, I'm letting them return that, with the explosiveness they've got on those plays. So again, I certainly understand why you don't ever doubt taking the ball at the 20 and give your offense a shot there. But when you got explosive returners like that, who knows? We'll see what happens.
1st and 10 for Bloom-Carroll, trailing 14-3. Not something that you hear very often. Van Thanenbaugh looking down the middle. He's got Stevenson. It was a little bit low, and Stevenson kind of stumbling as he tried to haul it in, and he could not come up with it. Looked like he started to lose his footing just as the ball was arriving. And the ball was a little bit low. That's tough for the 6'5" Michael Stevenson to haul in.
That was not going to be an easy catch.
No, not at all. 2nd and 10. Van Thanenbaugh again back to pass. This time he hits Hutchinson, and Hutchinson gets out to the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 5-yard gain, bring up 3rd and 5.
A little slow getting up.
Well, I tell you, nothing against the Mid-State League Cardinal, but he's playing some much bigger players over here in the Buckeye, especially when you're playing Teays Valley, who's now in the OCC. I mean, he's going to take some bigger hits, I think, this year.
Yeah, you got to be able to run away from him.
3rd and 5. Van Thanenbaugh back to pass, hits his man. That's Sherman down the near side. Good move by Bo to get out across the 35. 1st down yardage for Bo Sherman.
Again, that's an outstanding play. They are just emptying and taking the defense away from those spots. And, Ethan's got to just take what's there.
Yeah.
That little short pass turned into, 15 yards, 10 yards? I mean.
And then the little stutter step.
Yeah.
Jump back got him about 5-10 more.
They're athletic. They can make plays. That's a great job offensively right there.
Van Thanenbaugh this time hands it off right up the middle. It's Sherman. They go right back to him, and he picks up maybe 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8 as the clock rolls down. Near 2 minutes to play in the 1st quarter.
I like that package with Bo Sherman in the backfield, guys. Gives him a little bit of explosiveness back there. And I know you're asking a lot with him in the return game, maybe even on defense some. But, when he's in the backfield, he is a difference maker. We'll see if they continue to do that. Yeah,
I was just about to say, he ran hard from the time before he touched the football. He was like shot out of a cannon going past the offensive line. Van Thanenbaugh back to pass, looking downfield. He hits his short man. That is number 1, Evan Cardenas, and Cardenas does the rest with his feet and gets the 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Again, throw underneath, take what they give you, and let the players make plays. Here we go. You see it here. Watch him come across, Jared. Come all the way across from right to left. Catch and make a play.
That really was only about a 1-yard pass play, and he did the rest with his feet.
It's not a lot different than just a run.
Yeah.
You're just getting the ball to your skill people quickly.
Van Thanenbaugh over the middle, and it's through the hands of Hutchinson. I think it might have been just a tad behind him.
Running a lot of crossing patterns right now.
Yeah, the Teays Valley is in that soft 3 coverage, guys. They're just keeping everything in front of them and saying, hey, Bloom-Carroll, if you want to take short passes down the field, long drives, we're going to allow you to do that. So it's important that Bloom-Carroll stays patient. Van Thanenbaugh takes, as you said, takes what they give him and just marches the ball down the field.
Yep.
One of the keys, must take away big plays.
Yes.
And force long drives. So far, successful at that. Van Thanenbaugh looking to pass. This time, a little bit better pass to Stevenson, and Stevenson hauls it in for the 1st down. Yeah. Good catch by the big guy. Had to go down low to catch that one and hauled it in.
Yeah, not every pass is going to hit you in the numbers.
Right.
You've got to adjust.
In fact, I would say it's more rare that they do hit you in the numbers. A good quarterback, he knows where he has to put it,
right,
where the defense isn't going to get it or where your man can get it. And trust me, a guy like Stevenson, 6'5", he's going to have a lot thrown high at him as well. Pass, a short pass, right to the middle of the field. That's Bo Sherman, and that's a good gain on 1st down. Bring up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, it's like a screen pass, a middle screen. Get the ball to your skill.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 4 for Bloom-Carroll. Sherman again in the backfield behind Thanthanavong. It was Jude Blair, but they're giving Sherman some carries this drive, and he's got one here for almost a first down again. Now Blair comes back in. We'll give a breather to Bo Sherman.
In all honesty, I know Coach McKinney talked about how they really never had to drive the ball last week.
Yeah.
The big plays and the scores. I mean, what did we say? They ran how many plays last week?
34, I think
34 plays, 14 in the second half. I mean, that's just not very much.
No.
So learning to make a drive is a whole new thing.
I mean, I would say in the first quarter, which now comes to an end, they've probably run as many plays, if not more, than they ran in the entire second half last week.
I would agree with you.
So the first quarter comes to an end with Teays Valley on top, 14-3 over Bloom-Carroll. And Mariano, I tell you, I think there might be some people a little bit surprised by this score already.
Oh, yeah. As the saying goes these days, when I didn't have that on my bingo card, 14-3 at the end of the first, the Vikings in front. But, as she was saying earlier, this is, it'll be an interesting test for the Bulldogs to see how they come through this. The one thing I will say, being down here on the sidelines, being behind the bench, no one seemed panicked. Coach McKinney, very calm, told the guys to just continue to play their game, not get upset or, worked up, try to play outside of yourself, especially after a pick six like that. That can easily happen. So, it's important that the Bulldogs stay poised, continue to, again, methodical drives down the field. If that's what they're giving you, you don't have the big play, you really got to adjust your game to do that. And if you're Teays Valley, you can't ask for better execution than they've had here in the first quarter, and we'll see if they continue that in the second.
That's one thing that I've loved watching Coach McKinney over the last few years as a head coach. He's just so even keel and calm on the field, as Mario mentioned. Now, I don't know, behind closed doors at halftime he might get animated, but I tell you, he just keeps his cool. And as a coach with your team down, that's what you need. I mean, the team doesn't need to see him all upset and fired up. He's just even keeled.
Now he's himself.
And he's got a great staff with him. We'll tell you about them in just a moment after this 3rd down and 1 play. Ethan keeps it himself. He's got the first down across the 25-yard line. Listen to this, his assistant staff. Michael Belcher, Jack Cheek, Ryan Cheek, Andrew Klein, Casey Cook, Steve Harris, Sean Krupla, Chris McConaughey, Steve Monroe, Kevin Miller, Alex Pirano, and Colton Schooley. I mean, he's got all kinds of knowledge on his staff.
Well, you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
You have to have a lot of people doing a lot of things to really make it work.
After the run by Ethan Thanthanavong, it gives him 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up after he's pressured, and a flag comes in. That's probably going to be a hold. It's definitely in the area of hold. I mean, that pocket closed in a hurry.
Well, and nothing quick. They're better when they're throwing the quick, short ones, Jared. He's not going to get that much time.
Injured player coming off the field for Bloom-Carroll. Looked like Braden Spencer.
Here you go.
We see the replay.
I mean, as poised as Ethan is.
Holding, offense, number 61. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Jared, I think that's long enough to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they've got to do some things that he can recognize quicker and get it to the people.
Cole Thacker is going to come in to replace the injured offensive lineman. There he is, number 69, just a sophomore. 6 foot, 274 pounds. He's got a big task in hand right here because that defensive pressure and push from that defensive line of Teays Valley has been fierce tonight. 2nd and long. Thanthanavong looking to the end zone. Passes down, and it's overthrown. Looking for Rusty Hutchinson, but he overthrew him.
Yeah, I like that call, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to stretch the defense and get them a little sensitive about being, we're coming out, we're coming deep, because that will only help the short game.
Well, Bloom-Carroll had what they wanted on that, guys. Teays Valley was blitzing, so they had man coverage on the outside. They tried to use Hutchinson's speed, but to the blitz of the Vikings, they were able to get to Thanthanavong enough and didn't get the sack, but forced him into a bad pass, incomplete.
3rd down and 13 for Bloom-Carroll. Thanthanavong again looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, going to keep it himself. He's inside the 20, and knocked down hard at about the 18-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down for Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, Peter Graham again stepping up and making that tackle.
Took a pretty wicked hit on that one,
yeah,
guys.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. I know he's trying to shake it off, but it looks like that. He felt that one, as they say.
He's slow coming back to the, I guess you can't call it a huddle, but coming back to his team. I don't know if we have a replay, but, yeah, he did take a big hit.
But, you know, they've got it reasonable now. What do they need, 6 yards here? Scoreboard says 4, but that's the longest 4 I've ever seen.
Yeah, me too. Thanaval looking to pass. Over the middle, it's caught by Stevenson, and I think he's got the first down by about a yard.
And again, just poised. You know, things aren't going your way. You're getting challenged. But, you know, Stevenson's like a security blanket.
Yeah.
You just feel good. You got a target there. See the crossing action again in the middle.
Yep.
Outstanding, Pat.
That's good defense.
It is.
It's just hard to cover.
You can't cover it all.
No.
The key is getting pressure on the quarterback, no matter what.
I mean, Kevin McDowell did what he could to cover that, but Michael Stevenson just physical and big. McDowell just 5'10", and Michael Stevenson 6'5".
Well, and Stevenson runs good routes also.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Thanaval pitches it to Sherman, almost past him, but Sherman's able to bring it in on his left shoulder and somehow get all the way down to the 5-yard line. I mean, that pitch was behind him, and Bo Sherman for, 3 or 4 steps, Marion, had it on his left shoulder pad.
Yeah, it looked like the play was kind of shot up from the beginning, and unfortunately had the pitch was behind him, but incredible job to just handle that, and not only handle it, but get into a positive play.
Man, that is such a good look at that. I mean, look at the camera work by Tom Russo as you get the look right on the field. That was excellent. Second and 4 for the Bulldogs. He's got 3 receivers out to the left side. High snap, then Thanaval hands it to Sherman. Sherman keeps the feet churning and will pick up a couple near the first down marker. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1. They're backing it up a little bit. 3rd down and 2, I guess. The down marker was a little bit confused. Here's Sherman again. And he might have the first down now.
Yeah, that's a really good effort by the Carroll push, though. But I tell you, Teays is firing off the ball.
They're calling it 4th down.
Yep, they marked him short.
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Well, the last time they ran Ethan.
That's right.
You know, you got a 185-pound quarterback. Well, this is a battle of wills right here. This is what you love to see. You'll find out a lot about your team, both sides.
Yep. Let's see what they do. 4th down and 1 at the 2-yard line. Not often you say that. And Thanaval keeps it himself, and I think he has the first down, but there's a flag. That's going to be false start on Bloom-Carroll. We'll hear Mr. Whitson call it here in a moment.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So do you kick the field goal here, or do you go for the 6?
You know, I mean.
Or go for a first down, right?
I think Coach McKinney's going to play for it here, because if you leave it there, then your defense, which has been really, really good,
yeah,
you know, gives you a good field position. So agree or disagree, I guess we'll agree if he scores. That's kind of how it works, isn't it?
In the backfield will be number 7. That's Jude Blair back in. Thanaval passes. It's caught by Stevenson. He stretches for the first down, and it's going to be close. Wow, Marion, you're right down there.
Guys, he might be a couple inches short.
Oh, my.
We'll see what kind of spot to get him. Yeah, and they give him a shorter spot than I even thought they were going to.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be short. And I thought at the last second he might have extended the ball just enough to make it close, but looks like they marked him down before he was able to extend the ball.
Yeah, he did everything he could, stretching out.
Outstanding defense.
How about
Teays
that?
part. Yeah, that's twice now.
Teays came to play.
They did.
Yeah, I love the play call, guys. Going to your big tight end, a senior, certainly wanted to make the play there. I think maybe if he runs that route just a tad deeper, so that way when he catches the ball, he's already even closer.
Right.
But, you do the best you can there, and great. Don't take anything away from Teays Valley. They did a great job, great stop.
Well, now the Vikings will have their back to the end zone, but a good stop by their defense. Maybe they've got a little life here offensively as Brady Farmer brings them out. He'll be out of the shotgun, so he'll be in the end zone. And behind him is Spike Woods, 5 yards into the end zone. Here's Spike, and he dove out of the end zone to get to about the, half-yard line, Marion?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if he made it out, guys, but it looks like he did. So, he's right at the 1 yard line. Nose of the ball is at the 1 yard line.
And keep in mind, too, I mean, right here, you might be saying, why aren't they passing? That's putting a lot of pressure, too, on your offensive line. If they hold in the end zone, that's a safety.
Yeah, I tell you, the one thing Coach Cross mentioned about Carroll's defense, he says they play to the echo of the whistle, which means they never stop.
Right.
And right there you saw an example of it.
Play clock down to 5 seconds as Farmer out of the shotgun, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Bloom-Carroll called the timeout.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they pointed toward Bloom-Carroll's side. That's their second timeout tonight. Shuey mentioned in the pregame that Teays Valley, previously in the Mid-State League Buckeye, they're making the jump to the OCC Buckeye. Take a look at this.
Yeah, here's the new division this year. It's really, I call it the Route 33 League, except Newark would be a little offended because they would be the Route 37.
Yeah.
So, but the Route 30-something league, you can get to all the schools off Route 33.
Yeah. In all reality, Tim, when a team moves from obviously a smaller conference to a bigger one, how long are you looking at for them to really be a contender?
Well, I really think...
and not just them, Logan as well.
Yeah, well, Logan's been without a home in the league for a long time, so it's been tough. The key is, like Coach Cross says, he goes, listen, we're going where we might have 50 to 60 players. Teams are having 80 or 90.
Right.
And we've got to come up with players that want to be involved and build that. And that takes a little time. I don't know if I can give you an exact timetable on that. But I think that's the big deal here right now is, you're going to play. You better play every night.
Logan is just such an anomaly, too. I mean, they're down there, the only school in Hocking County, but they're so far south, there's no other D1s even near them. So, I mean, Lancaster's the closest one.
Yeah, it's been a tough situation, It's kind of sad because I remember the years when Logan, back in the early 2000s.
The SEOAL.
Oh, my.
Yeah, they were good.
Real good. Great coaching.
Coach Amix.
Excellent players, yes. Great players. The Conrad brothers, they were outstanding players there. But, I think we did a game years ago at IVP where they played Pick Central in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a football game.
I had a good teammate of mine, guys. You talk about Logan football. Tom Smith, who was actually the brother of the famous Katie Smith.
Okay.
But he was my teammate down at OU, and he came from some great football programs down in Logan.
Huh.
Just, you got to get the right person in the right situation, and then, some of it's luck with getting the right kids too. But
That's true.
You just try to build the numbers. Football is a numbers game.
While we have a stoppage, we can tell you the Fairfield Union leads Meigs 20-0 in the second quarter. It's Wayne Valley, New Jersey over Lancaster 14-7 in the third quarter. Unioto leads Amanda Clear Creek 14-0 in the second. It's Millersport over Van Loo 30-6 in the third. Trimble leads Bern Union 8-7 in the first quarter. That's a closer game than I think many expected. Fairfield Christian leads Oak Hill 14-7 in the second quarter. And it's Liberty Union holding on to that 20-16 lead in the third quarter. Not sure what the issue is.
Don't know. Maybe it's an equipment thing.
Could be. It seems to be looking at the clock. Some other scores: Pickerington Central leads Huber Heights Wayne 10-6. How about this one, Shu? Gahanna Lincoln only 7-6 right now in the fourth quarter over Groveport-Madison. Groveport is coming on, man.
Yeah, Coach Westcamp does an awesome job. We saw them last year. He just does a fabulous job.
So we had an issue with timeouts. So on our screen, we list 2 for Bloom-Carroll, 1 for Teays Valley, and it was wrong on the scoreboard. It's showing 0 for Teays Valley and 1 for Bloom-Carroll. But here we go. 2nd down and 11. Out of the end zone comes Teays Valley. I think Farmer just kept it himself there. No, did he?
Spike Woods on that
Spike
one.
Woods, okay.
Spike runs hard.
He does.
Well, right now you got to, how much of a chance do you take here as Coach Cross? The one thing they do like to do is play action pass. And this might be a good time to pick you up a few yards.
Yep. Farmer hands it off to Spike Woods, and this time he's hit immediately. Trying to see who got him. Looks like number 20 for Bloom-Carroll. That's Jalen Klein making the stop. So Teays Valley will punt it away. The punter is also their kicker. If he punts as well as he kicks, this could do the, obviously it's going to be hard to flip the field here, but he can get it back near midfield. Spencer to punt it. It is a high kick. Bounces at the 37-yard line. Sherman will take it off the bounce. And he gets up to the 40-yard line, and that's all he'll get right there. But good field position for the Bulldogs as they start this drive.
Well, their defense set them up. Now they've got to execute, get some points on the board.
And Sherman was upset after that one, guys. He felt like he had one there. And after last week, I'm sure he thinks every time he touches the ball, he can take it to the house. I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah. We have officials timeout as they will be taking some of those frequently here tonight and all across Ohio for water breaks.
And as a reminder, you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on YouTube to find games and other local programming. While you're there, make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any action. Also, if you're on Facebook and X, once known as Twitter, check us out on those social media platforms as well. Just search for Interphase Video Production.
Some other scores: Sheridan leads Watkins Memorial 17-7 in the fourth quarter. Crooksville over Southern 14-0 in the first quarter. Hilliard-Davidson leads Canal Winchester 29-7 in the third quarter. It is Circleville over Benton County 20-8 in the third quarter. New Lexington all over Philo 37-12 at the half.
Coach Board that's about the most creative offense I've seen in a
agree.
long time.
Yeah. Thanavong threw it behind his intended receiver. Speaking of creative, I talked to Coach Thad Johnson, who's on the staff at Fairfield Union. He and I teach together at General Sherman. And Thad and I were talking on Monday after that game last Friday, and he said, wow, I've never seen so much interesting setups, and every one of them worked. So, yeah, especially in week one.
Yeah, when you run a hook and ladder in week one, come on.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs after the incomplete pass. Dan Thanavong with Blair behind him, looking to pass. He's pressured again. And a flag comes down. The pass is low and out of the reach of his intended receiver. And this one's going to be backed up, I think, for a hold.
Yep. They just can't contain them.
Yeah.
Teays' defensive line is actually just winning.
And the other thing, too, the coverage downfield. I was looking.
Yes.
There wasn't anybody open.
No, we saw before
Holding.
when we
Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down, incomplete.
when we watched him in the pocket, we thought he had enough time, but with the pressure that he's getting, he's not going to have that much time.
Right.
Well,
The
and the
pocket
reason
pass.
the guys, excuse me, guys, they're dropping 7 and only rushing 4.
Yeah.
And if you're able to get pressure with just 4 guys, there
Yep.
usually isn't somebody open.
Here's Blair on the carry, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards, and that's going nowhere. They might give him a half a yard on the play to bring up a 3rd and long, and an injury on the Teays Valley side. And that doesn't look good. Reached down and grabbed his calf area or ankle area. Of course, we mentioned they already were bit by the injury bug in week number 1 with Ethan Schwabach, the fullback and linebacker.
That's junior Skylar Morgan, 6'2", 240.
Wow. So injury timeout on the field. 4:37 to play in the first half, and Teays Valley up 14-3.
There's some of our camera guys' favorite place.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Speaking of our crew, I want to say thanks to our Interphase Video Productions crew tonight. Our producer-director is Josh Messerly. Also down on the truck with him, pushing all the buttons and turning knobs is Donnie Ziegfeld and Dylan Panchel, doing a great job. On our cameras, there's Jim Spires up high atop Carl Fell Stadium. Also, Tom Russo, right there he is down on the field. And then our mid-camera, there he is, that's Jason Roush. And look just to Jason's right, that's Kyle Mackey. We were having a conversation about him on our way here, and his baseball prowess.
It's one of the few guys I saw in 30-some years at Legion level that could really, that I remember how he hit the baseball.
Yeah. Kyle, a good friend of mine, he and I been coaching summer baseball together for about the last 5 years. Our sons are best friends, and actually my son is here tonight. Even though he's not a Bloom-Carroll student, he was invited to be in their student section tonight by his best friend. So I guess he's a Bulldog tonight at least. 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs. Pass is complete, but that's not going to be near enough for the first down. On the reception is Dylan Fry.
Yeah, that's just smart defense. You don't like to be bend but don't break, but there are certain times where it just has to be that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like Marion brought up, they're only rushing 4 people. So you build that defensive shell back there.
Back to punt will be Trayton McKee. And back to receive the punt for Teays Valley. That's number 10, Brandon Travis. Good snap, McKee, booming punt high. And it's into the end zone for a touchback.
He just can't help himself.
Wow. Yeah, he can punt as well. He doesn't just kick.
Yeah, guys, I was going to ask, is he going in Bowling Green to kick or punt?
I know.
He can probably do both.
That looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, our director, Josh Messerly, reminded us about the wind up around Bowling Green. That'll definitely benefit him.
It blows across that flat area like you can't believe. And in the winter, it's biting.
Yep. Of course, we went to Ohio Northern for a track meet a few years ago.
Oh.
Left Lancaster in T-shirts and wish we'd have had our parkas. Pass is complete in the backfield. A good job by his receiver to just break out of the tackle. That's number 27, Weston Gray, on the reception. Gray, no, he is a senior. And a first down for the Vikings. So 1st and 10 at the 34. Clock rolls down to about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Spike Wood stands to the left of Farmer. Farmer will hand it, though, to the man coming around from his right. That's number 23, Carson Payne.
Yeah, another good game.
I believe the defenses are being called. The defensive coordinator out here at Bloom-Carroll is Ryan Cheek.
Yeah, Ryan Cheek is the defensive coordinator.
Wasn't he a quarterback, a really good quarterback at Lancaster
he was
and North Carolina State?
Yeah, he was a really good player.
Went on to work in NASCAR as a tire changer. Went from quarterback to linebacker at NC State. There's a good defensive stop there on second down. A short gain will bring up a third and short.
Right now, my number 61, Carson Drury.
And I tell you, Ryan also teaches at General Sherman with me, and he looks like he could still play linebacker. But so does Jack, his dad.
41-yard line for the Vikings.
So 3rd down and 3, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Farmer has worked out a shotgun all night long. Has one running back to his right. Quick pass, and it's tipped and then caught for a first down. On the reception for the Vikings is Marcus Mealy.
Marcus Mealy.
Methodical little drive being put together here by Teays Valley.
Brought down by Devin
I mean,
Ash.
they'll put a couple runs and a short pass and back to a run, and hey, they're just dinking and dunking. Spike Wood stands to the right of Farmer. Farmer back to pass, looks down the middle of the field, overthrows his intended receiver. And that was number 11, Kevin McDowell. But it'll stop the clock with 1:13 to play in the first half.
Intended for Calvin McDowell, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
A couple substitutions coming on defensively for the Bulldogs. I mentioned earlier, Shu, that they are 22 deep. Play a totally different defense than offense. Keeping guys fresh.
Look at Christian Ball out here, cornerback. He's 6'3".
Wow.
Jaden's younger brother.
Coming around from the left, or from the right, is number 23.
Carson Payne.
It's Carson Payne.
I tell you what, you get 6 yards on a carry, you're going to be pleased as punch.
Yeah.
Ash brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 4, under a minute to play.
I mean, this has been the perfect formula tonight for Teays.
Right. Teays Valley does have 1 timeout left. And remember, they've got a heck of a kicker. If they can get in field goal range, they will definitely try one. Farmer looking to pass, has pressure. Throws it over the middle of the field, incomplete. And he had one over on the far side, but that would be tough. Rolling to his right to throw all the way to the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, you better have a good right arm to make that work.
Yeah. It brings up a 4th down and 4, and they will punt it.
I mean, Brady Farmer's 6'4", but I'm not sure he's ready for that yet.
Yeah. And a whistle, and Bloom-Carroll will call a timeout. I think they had a little bit of personnel confusion, and you could see the frustration. Coach McKinney just putting his hands on his hips, but staying calm.
32 seconds left in the half. Vikings have the lead.
So the Vikings will punt it away. And Marion, I tell you what, this is, if you look at this first half, other than that first drive, which was that Bloom-Carroll benefited from a long penalty, it's been dominated by Teays Valley on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it really has. And Chu hit the nail right on the head. It's really been the game plan and the execution of the Vikings. They obviously came in, they wanted to slow the game down, wanted to keep everything in front of them on defense and play physical up front. They've been able to accomplish that, playing that soft zone coverage and really only rushing 4 guys, but again, getting plenty of pressure. And Thanavong really just doesn't have any windows to throw the football. I know he's trying to throw some of those crossing routes. A lot of those have been behind the receiver. That's a really tough pass to throw, guys. I mean, I know it looks short, 5 yards here and there, but that guy's on a dead sprint. When you don't have that timing down, you're used to the big plays down the field, that can be problematic.
4th and 4, 32 seconds on the clock here in the first half. End over end kick by Spencer, and it goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you're not going to let Bo Sherman run one back now.
Yeah. So 26 seconds is what Bloom-Carroll will have to work with, and you can bet they're not going to kneel on it here. They need some points. They want some points. They want a little bit of momentum to take into the locker room at halftime. And how about we talked about kind of domination by Teays Valley in the first half, but one big play, the pick six by Tyler Matthews. That's a big one.
That turns momentum so fast in a football game.
Yeah, went from a 4-point lead at 7-3 to an 11-point lead.
And what happens also, you just got pounded last week, 42-7. All of a sudden, the confidence level's high, Jared.
Yeah, and they will kneel on it. I'm kind of surprised.
One timeout. I bet if they had 2 or 3, they might have thought about it.
Maybe so.
With just one timeout, I don't blame them there.
Yep.
So the first half will end with Teays Valley up on Bloom-Carroll 14-3. We will head into our halftime band show. Stay tuned. It'll be coming right up. Brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. Also brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do too. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. At halftime, Teays Valley leads Bloom-Carroll 14-3. Stay tuned. The Marching Bulldogs are coming right up on the high school football game of the week.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
Hello, I'm Ken Culver with the Lancaster Playhouse. Lancaster Playhouse is dedicated to the theater arts and strives to create an experience that will entertain, inspire, and challenge our audiences, actors, and volunteers. As a nonprofit, we really count on local support. That's why we are once again so excited to be chosen as one of the Buckeye Cares recipients. This month, Buckeye will make a generous donation with every car they sell, and we couldn't be more grateful. Thank you, Buckeye, for your support.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 402612.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. As we embrace the back-to-school season, we welcome the arrival of autumn and our cherished fall customs. Join us for Football Friday nights and the county fair. While you revel in the colorful season, let's also reflect on the positive changes we aspire to witness. At Fairfield DD, our goal is to foster a vibrant community where individuals lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram to discover more about our unwavering commitment to the community.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs. 740-689-6991.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
What I like about my job as a prevention supervisor is I'm able to help train our staff along with working with our schools and building those relationships within our school districts in Fairfield County. And then also I like that in my position I'm able to hire interns that are going into the social work field so they have that opportunity to step into the field before just starting their degree right off the bat.
This job really gave me a chance to work on some of the bigger systems issues. So making sure that we're an equitable system, that we treat everybody fairly. So people of color, people who have experienced trauma, people who have been through poverty, LGBTQ youth. So it's been really good for me because I've gotten to work not just with individuals, but also working on some of those bigger systems within our county and throughout our state.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
I like the people that I work with and that I meet every day. I often feel that I am meeting these really driven people who want to make a difference in their community, and it's very inspiring to me.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
Together by the Turtles and Come On Get Happy from the 1970s sitcom The Partridge Family. The Teays Valley Band staff includes Assistant Director and Percussion Instructor Ethan Reedy, Staff Assistant Jane Kennedy, Color Guard Director Gina Warren, Staff Assistant Allison Wilburn, Percussion Assistant Alex Mitchell, Music Arranger Lisa Galvin, and Visual Designer Brian Stevens. The band is under the direction of Stephanie K. Smith.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
So wait!
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the pride of the Bulldog Country, the 2024 Bloom-Carroll Marching Bulldogs! The Bulldogs are led onto the field by field commanders Haley Bennett and Jacob Kim. Tonight, the Marching Bulldogs present their entire competition show featuring soloists Jude Creamer and Isabella Blair. Here is Every Which Way. Please welcome the Bulldogs! The Marching Bulldogs will begin their competitive season at the 31st Annual BC Classic on September 21st. The Bulldogs will also like to take a moment to thank their sponsors, Country Time Land Specialists, Hugh White Lancaster, and the Gilmore.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
We had a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up 4th down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game, and thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions, first time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you purchase your 50-50 tickets from the Bloom-Carroll track team. They're running around selling arm-length tickets.
But she's like, I know it's already in the past.
We will pull those winning numbers in the third quarter.
Or like your first anything for that matter. And I was like, well, if I had known where I could be.
Bloom-Carroll would like to thank our awesome sponsors, Local Waste Services, Central Ohio's premier waste and recycling hall. Peak Retirement, partner with Joe and Jill Schmitz for all your retirement needs. Kelly Abbott Realtor, she lives here, she works here, she sells here. Kelly Abbott and the A-Team.
Ryan reminds me a lot.
Superior Logistics, our mission is to provide high-quality services for our valued client. And Monogram Homes, designed for your lifestyle. We work with you to create your home.
Can I keep?
You can pick.
That's actually the best way I've ever heard anyone say that before. Like, some of my choices, I did.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.
And we welcome you back to Carl Fell Stadium here at Bloom-Carroll High School, where your halftime score is Teays Valley 14, Bloom-Carroll 3. Hope you enjoyed the halftime band performance. The Marching Bulldogs already sounding in mid-season form and looking in mid-season form. And, of course, that halftime band show was brought to you by Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal. Tim, let's talk about that first half. Of course, really some uncharacteristic stuff from Bloom-Carroll right out of the gate with penalty. I mean, calling a timeout before you even run a play, and then penalties galore in that first drive.
Yeah, the visual wasn't great. You know, when you have penalties and making mistakes or not sure of where people need to be on the field or not on the field, that's not good. But you know what? That's in the past.
Right.
You have to move forward because you have 2 whole quarters to play here.
Of course, that first half was highlighted by a pick 6 from Tyler Matthews. At that point, it was 7-3. Bloom-Carroll with the football, trying to put together a drive to take a lead, and on a play that kind of looked like it was a little bit busted, which we saw a lot that first half. Thanavong had to roll out of the pocket. His receiver thought that he was going to tuck it in and run, so he became a blocker, wasn't looking back, and the pass came to him, and Matthews did a great job reading it, just stepped right in front of it.
Yeah, and the whole key overall really is Teays came in and they established how they wanted the game to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they wanted to run the football. They've had some success doing that. They wanted to move the football, keep the ball out of their hands, and take away the big plays. So if you draw that up as your game plan, their execution of that was outstanding.
Let's go down to Marion for his thoughts on that first half and the upcoming second half.
Yeah, guys, I actually had a chance to talk to Coach McKinney on the way back on the field, and he said just what you would expect. You know, just too many unforced errors. Said they're shooting themselves in the foot. He specifically pointed out the drop passes and the penalties that were really hurting them on offense. He said on defense he felt pretty good about how they had played thus far, but he said if they got that stuff cleaned up, they'd be okay. We'll see if that happens in the second half.
It will be Teays Valley to receive the second half kickoff. Off the leg of Trayton McKee. And we've seen him boom them tonight, not only on the kicks, but punts as well. So fully expect this one to carry to the end zone. And it does. Boy, that one landed on the back line of the end zone.
He's only getting better.
So that's where Teays Valley will start after the touchback, leading 14-3. And how important is it for Bloom-Carroll to come out and not just get a stop, but maybe get a 3 and out right away?
Oh, yeah, you've got to establish momentum back. Because actually, I thought Teays had it since the interception. They totally controlled the rest of that half.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, as we've mentioned the officials tonight, with John Whitson being the white hat back there and the whole crew, let's give a thanks to Ron Wintermute, the Mid-State League assigner for football. He gets us that information so we can share those names and information with everybody out there.
They run it on first down up the middle. Spike Woods on the carry, takes it out to about the 23. Second down and 7 upcoming.
Aiden Scholes on the tackle.
We talked about Spike Woods in the pregame, and you know, his nickname is pretty fitting, Spike. He runs hard.
He does. You know, he's only a junior also, and he played last year. He has some experience, but he offers them some toughness in the backfield, I believe.
DePriest Weaver splits down to the near side. Farmer will hand it off the left guard. I believe that's once again Spike Woods.
A couple yards.
And not much there. Third down coming up, and looks like they're going to spot it at the 25, so 3rd and 5.
Well, here's what you were just talking about, Jared. This play could establish a lot for the whole game.
Yep.
This half.
Marion talked early in the game about, you know, the game plan and how Teays Valley has done a good job of slowing it down. Even here on the first drive of the second half, just not being in a hurry, slow things down, and you know, just take what you can get here. 3rd down and 5. Farmer to pass, and I thought maybe his receiver didn't see the ball, but at the last second, but we got a flag on the play.
The flag was before the pass was thrown.
Was there contact, Marion, to the receiver?
Yes, I think that there was. I caught the very end of it. Certainly the receiver was asking for it, but I think it was Christian Ball that they got. May have had some early contact.
Ball start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's the play didn't really count.
Yeah, before that, so
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, they may have not heard the whistle. The flag flew. I saw it before the ball was
Yeah, it was
snapped.
over here on this far side. Okay, the wide receiver here.
Yeah.
He
He's
he
actually
was lined
across.
up offside and was going backward he caught himself, was going backward as the ball was snapped. And
yeah.
that just kind of busted the play from there. I mean,
Yeah.
it just was kind of strange. Makes it a 3rd and 10 here. Farmer back to pass, has pressure, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Number 36 for the Bulldogs on the sack. That's Aiden Scholes. Came untouched. Aiden did. Watch it right here. The end of that one. Backed them all the way up to the 10-yard line. Aiden Scholes with a really good job there. And here it is, that 3 and out we talked about.
Yes. Bloom brought 5 that time and just applied the pressure.
And not just a 3 and out, but they should get pretty good field position. You know, one thing we've talked about is the kicking of Maxwell Spencer. His punting has not been as good as his kicking, so they may get some good field position here. It's a low snap taken off a bounce. Spencer had to rush it, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. We'll see where the official walks to. He's still going, still going. Wow, all the way up to the 22. You know, anytime that happens, a punt out of bounds, and the official, it reminds me of the old Price is Right game, the yodeler going up the mountain.
How high, how far should I go?
That's really good.
Yeah, the mountain climber.
That's really good.
I don't know how they actually judge it.
I don't either.
With you.
I have no idea how they're able to see exactly where that goes out.
Well, you know, in high school, you have small fair foul poles. And a 2-man umpiring crew. Sometimes you got about 300-foot look.
Oh, yeah.
And I still have guys to this day tell me that wasn't the correct call. I'm like, hey, from 300 feet away, as good as I can do.
So great field position here for the Bulldogs to start their first drive of the second half. 1st and 10, already inside the 25-yard line. Thanaval going to go for it all on first down. Oh, it's almost intercepted out of the tip of the intended receiver, Rusty Hutchinson. Boy, that could have been huge for Teays Valley. It was almost intercepted by number 7.
Yeah, watch here.
Spike Woods.
See, he got more time right here. They kept a back in to help on protection, Jared.
Just too high.
Yeah, just not accurate enough.
And, of course, Hutchinson is not tall, just 5'6". There's a handoff to Blair up the middle. And he'll get 4 or 5 on that carry. That's a good gainer on a second. Man, he gave him close to 7 on a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Blair. Probably his
was.
best of the night.
Let's make it 3rd and a long 3.
Well, I mean, if you go in the locker room at halftime and you're Bloom-Carroll, you got to challenge your line play.
Right.
Both sides.
We talked about them losing some players. A lot of them were on that offensive and defensive line. Then Thanaval pressured again, looking to pass, gets out of the pressure, still looking, and he throws one out of the back of the end zone. Took a hit after he threw it. Clean hit, wasn't too late, but good decision, I guess, just to throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Nobody was open. Not only the pressure, but the coverage downfield by Teays Valley has been excellent.
And sometimes the best play is an incomplete pass. Live to make the next play. Yeah, you don't want to throw something silly, get it intercepted. But it's also, he's running to his left, Jared. That is so hard to get your shoulders upfield to make that tough throw.
So Trayton McKee comes on to attempt a field goal. He already had one tonight, 25 yards. This one will be 32 yards officially. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. No, it's no good. Must have been wide to the right. It looked good from here.
Yeah, we don't have the greatest angle.
Just outside the left pylon, guys.
The left side, okay. Boy, my eyes are getting worse and worse, Shu. So you don't see that very often. Trayton McKee misses the field goal. So Teays Valley again with a big stop. I mean, Bloom-Carroll had outstanding field position to start that drive and was just not able to do anything. Couldn't even pick up a first down.
No, when you start at the 22-yard line, you expect to get something.
So the Vikings back on offense. 1st and 10 at the 20, leading 14-3 with 8:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. Farmer with Spike Woods to his right. Spike will take the handoff from Farmer. Look at him just finding the holes, weaving his way through there.
And he's got active feet, good vision, keeping his head up.
Second down and 4. Clock continues to roll, 8:04 and counting. Woods this time will move to the left of Farmer. And he'll just keep it himself, and this time he is stuffed. 3 Bulldogs in there. I saw Truex in there as well as number 5. That's Carter Bearfield, or Bearfield. They came from both sides at Farmer that time. Make it 3rd down and 6. Farmer will send 2 receivers to the near side. Nobody out to the left. Farmer has pressure again, just going to dump it off. Screen pass to Spike Woods. It's Woods. Has a first down and more across the 40 and out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. A design screen pass.
Yeah.
A really good call there by Coach Cross.
Guys, and Woods just collapsed.
Oh, wow.
On the sideline there. He looks to be in a little bit of pain.
I think he was holding his side. They're going to stop because he is not very far off of the playing field. So they'll stop play momentarily. Here it is. I mean, pressure right away. And a good job by Farmer just to jump and get it over those guys. And then Spike Woods just did the rest himself. There might have been a block in the back right there.
Yeah. Nothing happened. No contact.
No, nothing at all.
Yeah, guys, and Woods looked like he was, really a couple plays before that. And, we talked about the 2 platooning. Don't forget that Bloom-Carroll, not only are they 2 platooning, they're running a no-huddle offense.
Yeah.
And Woods is playing the free safety spot as well as the tailback spot. That's a lot of activity and running for him and taking hits in the backfield, and that can take its toll.
Especially on a humid night like tonight.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 45-yard line. Clock stopped at 7:04 in the 3rd quarter. Lots of movement on both sides. It's just a matter of who moved first.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
It's going to be on Bloom-Carroll. 1st and 5 at midfield. Farmer hands it off. Oh, it's fumbled.
Yes.
Ball loose on the field, and I think Bloom-Carroll has it. They do. Bo Sherman comes away with it. Big play. That's just what Bloom-Carroll needed. And keep in mind, too, that was not their starting running back. It's Spike Woods carrying the football. See if he gets hit to have it knocked out here. Hard to see in that pile, but there's the ball. And Bo Sherman right there, Johnny on the spot to fall on it.
Look at all the Carroll guys.
Yeah, swarming to the football.
Yeah, they do.
1st and 10. Van Thanavong out of the shotgun with Jude Blair behind him. He'll give it to Blair. Off right guard, get up near midfield.
Jude Blair, the ball
It's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play.
Back up by number 34, Peters around. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Well, Coach Cross said they wanted to take away the big plays, and so far they've done that.
They have done it very well.
2nd and 7, 6:26 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Van Thanavong looking to pass. Fires on one out to the near sideline. Overthrows his intended receiver, Rusty Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's a long pass from the right hash clear out here to the left sideline.
And in all reality, if he catches it, he's just going to go straight out of bounds with only about a 3-yard gain.
Right. Well, they've done a good job, and Ethan has not been as accurate as we've seen him before.
3rd down and 7. Thanavong again to pass.
Now
Goes
that
right side, and it's complete to number 1, Evan Cardenas, for a 1st down.
Yeah, he just proved me wrong right there. That was a rocket. On time, on spot.
We've seen Cardenas catch a couple of those tonight for 1st downs. So 1st and 10 for Bloom-Carroll inside the 40 of Teays Valley. Again, right side, and again looking for Cardenas, and he overthrows him. Offensive lineman slow to get up for Bloom-Carroll. Stops the clock at 6:13 to play here in the 3rd.
Well, that's the thing. The game is, we're halfway through the 3rd already.
See where that ball ended up?
Out of bounds.
Over on the other side of the track. Somebody on the Teays Valley sideline had to go all the way way over into the dark.
Thank goodness we don't play with just one.
That's true. Ethan back to pass again, steps up out of the pressure, still being held down, and fires one. It's caught by Michael Stevenson. Inside the 20, Stevenson still on his feet to the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Wow.
What a play.
Thanavong was in the grasp, throws it, just a desperation heave, and Michael Stevenson does the rest with his feet. What a run by Stevenson after the catch. Here it is again on our Dagger Law replay.
I thought he was going to be sacked, Jared.
So did I. He's wrapped up right here, and as he's falling down, Stevenson does a good job breaking off his route and just getting open, and a great job after the catch. Look at this. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another one right here, and then one final one inside the 5 for the touchdown. McKee on to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is good. And just like that, it's back to within 4 at 14-10. That could be what the Bulldogs needed to turn the tide.
Think about it. What's turned the momentum this whole game? Turnovers.
Yep.
You got to take care of the football.
Stevenson fired up after that one, every right to be. Marion, that was a fantastic play, not only by Thanavong, but Stevenson as well.
Yeah, excellent play there by Stevenson. Again, showing his athletic ability. We know he has it. I came into this game really excited. We saw flashes of it last year, but, Bloom-Carroll's always had this kind of Swiss Army knife type offense. I've always been very impressed with the way they've been able to just mold to the talent, whether they can be a throwing first offense or a run first offense. The one iteration we've never really seen of that is a tight end, really utilizing a tight end with talents like Stevenson has, and it can really unlock some things in this offense. To see them incorporate him the way that they have been tonight, getting him the ball, when he gets an open field like that, as athletic as he is and as big as he is, he's going to be really hard to bring down.
Yeah, we saw him in that regional playoff game down at Jackson last year. I mean, even with a bum knee, remember he got hurt in that game, but stayed in and made some huge plays for the Bulldogs. So 14-10, 6:02 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Teays Valley will get the ball back. McKee will kick it once again into the end zone for a touchback. Actually, out of the back.
Almost.
Close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
McKee kicks it deep in the end zone.
I want to see him.
Bowling Green going to get a good one.
Yeah, I want to see him kick it through the goalpost.
That'd be fun.
I know. And he's not that far away.
1st and 10. Teays Valley will go back on offense. They have not scored offensively since early in the 1st quarter.
Yeah.
That second touchdown they had was the pick 6.
Right.
So it's been a while since they've scored. Brady Farmer will pitch it out. Is that Spike Woods, a spike back into the game?
Yes.
It's good to see, but not much on that carry there.
Now,
just
the Carroll
a lot
defense,
of push from that defensive line of Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, they've really changed the tempo of the game here. This quarter, I think the Carroll defense, as active as they are, swarm of the ball, Jared.
Yeah, a lot, and I think, I think you hit the nail on the head. We talked about 22 guys deep. I mean, they play a totally different set of defensive players. They're fresh when they go on the field.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Teays Valley, a lot of those offensive linemen are also defensive linemen. They've got to be tired. And it's you even when you're down 14-3, you got to know that it's a long game, and you're gonna have fresh guys going in.
It doesn't guarantee you anything,
Right.
but I sure like having that advantage if I'm coaching.
Yeah. There's another loss on a play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Down to 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Matthews, or check that Farmer went all the way over to get the play. Brings it back in. Play clock down to 10. Plenty of time. Looks like a little confusion, though, offensively. Down to 4 seconds on the play clock.
Take a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to have to call a timeout. So the Vikings will call a timeout with 4:29 to play in the 3rd quarter.
And with that score, tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at buckeyelakemarina.com.
Third quarter score. Actually, let's take the schedules of these two teams. Then we'll do some scores around the area. Take a look at the schedules of Bloom-Carroll and Teays Valley.
Well, you can see here, Teays Watkins, and they play Lancaster, open up the OCC play. And the last 7 games are the OCC Buckeyes. So that'll all be interesting to see how they do, especially now that we've had a view of them.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Bloom-Carroll's upcoming schedule. There it is.
Got a usually good Jonathan Alder team next week. And then the Mid-State League starts with Amanda and Liberty and Fairfield Union. Logan, then they throw, since Teays is out, they got Bishop Hartley still on the schedule.
Farmer, pass is complete. Wow, big catch and hit. But a good job to haul it in and hold on to it by Carson Payne.
I tell you, that's a nice throw.
Yeah, it was.
Here we go.
How about the bravery of the
Under
receiver
pressure
to go up high over the middle, knowing he's probably going to get hit. But a good job by Payne. First and 10.
Excuse me, guys. I've been really impressed with Brady Farmer tonight, guys. You know, he had a couple interceptions last week, and, you know, a lot of times that can rattle a quarterback and make them a little gun-shy to throw over the middle. He's really delivered the ball when he's had the opportunity to tonight.
And he's first-year starter at quarterback. Their previous starter transferred out, and Brady doing a good job here tonight. Go right back to Carson Payne.
Great effort fighting for yards.
Another first down. That's 2 in a row. Farmer to Payne for first downs. First and 10 up at the 41-yard line. So Farmer will break the huddle. He'll send Payne this time out to the left side. To his right is Spike Woods. Spike Woods takes the handoff. Gets up to about the 45, just shy of the 45.
Spike Woods, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 11, David Mullen.
Give him a gain of 4, second down and 6 upcoming as the clock rolls down to 3.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, Teays Valley taking their time, getting their plays. Trying to slow it down. Farmer drops back. And that's going to be a pass interference as the flag came in. And you'll hear it from Mr. Whitson here momentarily. That'll give Teays Valley another first down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 25. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
So it's a 15-yard penalty. Here it is.
It's like they call pass interference. It'll be an automatic First down for the Vikings.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it is. He's going through the player.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Can't do that.
Player had no chance to.
No.
The receiver had no chance to catch that ball. First and 10 at the Bloom-Carroll 40-yard line. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Pitch out to Payne. And this time, Park Truex is there to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Park just fought through the blocks and got to Spike Woods and stopped him for a 1-yard loss. Second down and 11.
I think Jalen Klein came up and pushed that back right into Park, and Park's effort, he got him.
Farmer again out of the shotgun. Fires right side. And again, that's Carson Payne on the reception. And again, close to a first down.
Well, he's getting good protection, Jared. He's having some time in the pocket.
And Bo Sherman is down on the field. He grabbed his calf. He hit the ground late. And immediately, hopefully it's just a cramp. He did grab his calf. And it does look like it's just going to be working a cramp out. I tell you what, those are painful. Those calf cramps.
It feels like you're taking a shot.
Yeah,
it does.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, anybody who's played, you've had them. So.
Proud to say I only had one, guys, in my whole career, high school and college, and it felt like I was going to lose my leg for about 4 seconds. I mean, it is the initial pain, and you realize, oh, wait, it's just a cramp. But those first 2 or 3 seconds, it's like, oh, my gosh.
Sniper somewhere.
Right, yeah.
Well, the reason Marion only had one, because athletically compared to me, he's way ahead of the game. Everybody here, I guess. Okay.
Is it bad if you get them when you're sleeping?
Oh. Oh.
Third down and 1 is a good sign here as Bo Sherman coming off the field. He'll be able to work that cramp out and get right back out there. But a big third down coming up right here for Teays Valley's offense and Bloom-Carroll's defense. So Farmer brings him out with Spike Woods, as well as also joining him in the backfield, number 34, that's Peter Graham. It'll be Woods taking the carry, and it's going to be close. I don't think he got it. Although the side judge over here is standing on the 30. The one on the far side is shy of the 30, but it's going to be short.
Did John Woodson get his credit card out to check?
The index card? Yeah. So fourth and less than 1.
Basically, I think the wisest move is just block straight ahead with your quarterback running.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's done a good job running.
Farmer
good. Has, yeah.
He's a good player.
Got good size.
He's only a junior, too. He's a good player.
They'll go out of the shotgun, needing a half a yard. Woods has the first down across the 30.
They blocked that really well.
Yes,
that
they did.
left side of their line opened that up.
They did a really nice job.
They did. Run to your strength.
Yep. So first and 10 as we roll down to a minute to play in the third quarter. Looks like Bo Sherman ready to get back on the field. He got that cramp worked out. And he's going to go tell Coach, I want back in there.
Well, Jared, you said it. They're bleeding every second down. Oh, I guess they called a timeout
they
here.
Did
but
call a timeout there.
Taking their sweet time and running that play clock down to the 1.
Want to tell you, coming up, we'll have an off week next week, and then we're excited about the following week. We're going to have the first ever home game, true home game for Fairfield Christian Academy, as they will open up their brand new field. Technically, the field's not brand new. It's been there for a couple years, but they have not played games on it. They haven't had a stadium and lights, and now they do have all of that. They're ready to play games on it, and we will have their first ever true home game in 2 weeks when they take on Grove City Christian. We're excited about that one. Of course, all the excitement. It's just going to be a cool atmosphere. I mean, right in town, right close to Memorial Drive. You know, everybody will see the lights shining. I expect a huge crowd at Fairfield Christian in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's that's a great thing for the community, in my opinion. That's, you know, like you said, it's right in town.
Yep.
With the rivalry, I think they're going to play Grove City Christian that night. So a league game.
Who's not a pushover either.
No, that'll be fun.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff right side to Woods, and Woods up across the 25 to about the 22-yard line. It's like another Bloom-Carroll player down.
Yeah, Woods just does a great job, Jared, following his lineman, keeping his feet moving, and then thrust.
Yeah, he does. Let's check some scores from around the area as we've got 33 seconds to play in the third quarter and an injury timeout. Fairfield Union all over Meigs in the third quarter, 41-6. That game taking place out in Rushville. Amanda Clear Creek clinging to a 2-point lead, 16-14. Not sure what's going on with my scoring up app here. I got to get rid of that. 16-14 over Unioto. That one in the third quarter. Wayne Valley, New Jersey in the fourth quarter leads Lancaster 28-7. You know, they also brought their JV team. They will play the JV. Actually, there will be 2 games tomorrow at Fulton Field. The freshmen will play Pickerington North at 8 a.m., and then the JV will play right after that against Wayne Valley, New Jersey.
Good morning football.
I will be there. Trimble leads Berne Union 30-13 in the third quarter. All knotted up at 14. Fairfield Christian at Oak Hill. That one in the third quarter. Millersport victorious tonight over Van Loo, 52-12. It's Liberty Union victorious as well. They beat North Union 39-34. And we'll get you some other scores as we roll on here and we head toward the fourth quarter of action here. So it'll be a 2nd down and 4. Farmer passes out. Oh, he did a good job getting away from that, and he's going to take it inside the 10-yard line. A really good job, the run after the catch by number 11, Kevin McDowell for Teays Valley. And another injury over on that far sideline for Bloom-Carroll. That's 3 plays in a row. McDowell has had a pretty good game tonight.
Sure has.
We've called his name quite often.
Well, he provides something a little different to them. I think he's, I don't want to see here. Watch him miss it, and then look at the speed, Jared. That's, he provides, you know, that's a whole different thing right there, that speed.
Some other scores, Pickerington Central leads Wayne 31-6 in the third quarter. It's Crooksville over Southern 14-8. Grove City looks like they're going to go to 2-0 in the year. They lead Westland 38-21. West Muskingum and Licking Valley tied up at 20. Athens all over Gallia Academy 55-6. Trying to find that new Lex score. Groveport Madison defeats Gahanna Lincoln tonight 8-7.
Wow.
Sheridan beats Watkins Memorial 17-7. Hilliard Davidson over Canal Winchester. 1st and 10. Actually, it's 1st and goal right at the 10 for Teays Valley. Handoff right up the middle, I believe. Again, that was Spike Woods. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. So we will head to the final 12 minutes of play with Teays Valley clinging to a 14-10 lead. They have not scored an offensive touchdown since early in the first quarter, but they're clinging to this lead.
Yeah, this is huge for Carroll to hold them to a field goal attempt, because you get down 11 points at the way the clock is used by Teays Valley. It's no guarantee.
Right.
And they have not really lit the scoreboard up offensively.
Scrolling down some other scores tonight. Pickerington North beats Granville, Michigan 53-51. Not sure much offense or defense was played in that one. Circleville beat Vinton County 35-14. Tri-Valley shuts out Licking Heights 31-0. Harvest Prep all over Purcell Marion 46-8. And Shoot, I don't know what happened to my new Lex score. It's gone away from me. How about this? Logan leading Nelsonville York 13-0 in the fourth quarter. That may be playing
big.
at Nelsonville.
Yeah, that's big.
That is.
Nelsonville has a good program and are very competitive every year.
Yeah. Right here at Carl Fell Stadium, we're going to head into the final quarter of play with Teays Valley leading 14-10. They face a second down and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
44-19 was the final. New Lexington over Philo. Shoe.
Got the offense still in gear.
Yes, they do. Kind of like to see the New Lex Sheridan game.
That's not till the end of the year.
It's always a fun one.
Yeah, it's the last year one.
Matthews, or check that, not Matthews. Farmer with the touchdown pass into the end zone. He was hit hard, but he knew he was going to take the hit, but he delivered a nice pass into the end zone, and he's slow getting up. On the receiving end for Teays Valley was number 5. That's DePriest Weaver. Here it is. Oh, he took a hard hit to the side.
Yep, wide open.
Yeah.
They have really gouged their zone defense.
Well, you just talked about it. You need to hold them to a field goal, and they weren't able to do it.
Well, now you're really behind the 8 ball if you're Carroll.
Yep.
You've got to make something happen now.
Spencer on to kick the extra point. And Bloom-Carroll jumped off sides. So they'll just move it up.
Well, it's a pre-snap penalty. I don't think it's an option.
No, the whistle blew, so some guys stopped. So they have to kick it again. Or maybe decide to go for 2 if they move it up closer.
You're up 10. There's no difference. Well, there is a difference, 11 and 12. But
so they decided to decline the penalty but re-kick it from the same spot.
Yeah.
And almost blocked, but Spencer is able to get it through to put them up 21-10 with the 11:55 to play in the fourth quarter.
And guys, we are actually starting to get a couple raindrops here, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
Is that just rumor?
We've seen just extreme heat, and here we have rain here at shortly after 10 p.m. So who knows?
But I'm sure that it's not raining at my house. I don't think it's rained in over a month. My daughter made the comment today when she got out of the truck from picking her up at school. Dad, it looks like a desert out here. Our grass is brown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but another Bloom-Carroll player, I think it might have been Bo Sherman again, was being carried off the field.
Yeah, guys, I'm looking at him here on the sideline. He does have another cramp. So
okay, same leg or the opposite?
I think it's the opposite leg.
Oh no,
yeah, it's the opposite leg.
Because even when you get them worked out, it still just doesn't feel the same.
They don't go away.
It does not feel the same.
You know, the preparation to stop cramping is pre.
A lot of water.
The week you go.
Yep.
And I'm sure they've been coached on that diet and fluids. And hey,
Spencer. This time it'll be receivable inside the 5-yard line. It's Rusty Hutchinson. Hutchinson out across the 20. And the Bulldogs will be starting at right about the 20.
And that's the first return of the night.
It is on either side.
Yeah.
So 11:49 to play in the ball game. 21-10. Teays Valley leads it. Got to be honest, I didn't see this coming.
No, I didn't either. But I know. Sometimes I get a vibe from talking to coaches. I know Bloom-Carroll, Coach McKinney, quite well, and he was very respectful and knew they were going to be up to a challenge. And I know Coach Cross was not happy with last week.
Pass complete to Stevenson on the near side, up across the 35. first down yardage and more for Bloom-Carroll, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Again, he just runs really good routes.
I'm throwing it to him every time.
Yeah, he just runs great routes. And they've done a good job all night emptying a space on the side and then filling it, getting that ball in the flat out there.
You know, Michael Stevenson has only played football for 3 years. Crazy.
Hey,
he used to be a soccer player, big-time basketball player, but he has quickly turned himself into a really good football player. Another completed pass on the near side, close to another first down. That's Evan Cardenas on the receiving end. He's caught several of them tonight as well. So they'll move the chains. First and 10 up to the 44.
I like those quick throws so much better.
Yeah.
Plus, I tell you, that wears down the defensive linemen because they come full, and the next thing they know, they're not in the play anymore.
Right. Handoff, and this time, Blair is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one. Just no hole there for Jude Blair to run through.
Now, Gabriel Zedlis and another couple Vikings really came after that and made it a very, very good play for Teays Valley. I mean, no gain.
So second down and 10, clock rolling at 11:04 here in the fourth quarter. There's a good look at Ethan Thantanavong as he takes a snap looking deep. Now he's just going to dump it off to Jude Blair. Blair breaks a tackle, gets down and across the 40, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Good run after catch by Jude Blair.
Again,
we've said that a lot tonight with a lot of these receivers. They're doing a good job after the catch.
Well, he's, you know, in this offense, and you can see here again, look at the vacant leave. Ethan comes out and just drops it off, Jared, and you let your athletes make plays.
Good decision right there by Ethan Thantanavong.
They've been really successful with that.
Yep. Thantanavong looking to pass again, steps in front of the pressure, and this time threw it a little bit too high for Stevenson through his hands.
Yeah, I think he thought he should have had that one.
I was going to say, is there such a thing as throwing it too high for Stevenson? It's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Second and 10, clock stopped at 10:27. Jude Blair stands behind Thantanavong. Ethan this time does hit Stevenson. Stevenson breaks a couple of tackles, gets out near the 30. Will bring up a third down and about 5.
Yeah, I mean, 5 yards at a time. We still got time. There's still 10 minutes to go in the quarter. You don't have to have the big play right away.
Looks like closer to 3rd and 6 here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Thantanavong has pressure, gets away from it, still looking downfield and going to tuck it in and run and gets out of bounds, takes a big hit out of bounds. And about the inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, we're about a 4th and 1.5, it looks like.
So big 4th down right here. 4th and 1 for Bloom-Carroll. And Coach McKinney going to call a timeout. They want to talk about what they want to do here.
Yeah, you want to run your best play. You think you can get a yard. I mean, if you can't pick up a yard, you're probably not going to win the football game.
Yeah. And I don't know if I have enough confidence in the run game. It just hasn't been as consistent as we've seen in years past from Bloom-Carroll.
No, it started out like we talked about in the first half. Now, the rhythm has been better this half, a lot less penalties. But unfortunately, like I said, when Teays had some success and stuff, it just gave them confidence, Jerry.
Yep.
And being at Bloom-Carroll, and I'm sure they speak of this, where they've been, the last couple of years, you're going to get the best shot no matter who you play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people know that if they beat you, we've really done something.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe with this group being a lot of new players, maybe they weren't sure about, how to handle that and whatever, but you find out. But they've still got a chance to win this game.
Keep in mind, too, the last couple of years, they've lost early in the season.
Yes.
And then go on a big run.
Yeah, with the playoff situation the way it is, I mean, they were 5th seed in the region last year. And end up in the semifinals of the regional, got beat by Watterson, who was state runner-up.
Look at this setup here. Stevenson is in the backfield.
Little power eye.
High snap. Thanavong, it's on the floor, and it's picked up by Teays Valley. That's Spike Woods.
Yes, it is.
Spike Woods going all the way the other way for the Teays Valley touchdown. It looked like they were just going to dive on it, but somehow Spike Woods able to scoop it up and score. But wait, we've got some confusion here. There's a flag over on the far side. That could be on the return. We'll see what it is.
Sideline warning.
Okay, so it will still count. So Spike Woods picks up the fumble, runs it all the way in for a Teays Valley touchdown. Boy, that's big.
Wow. Watch this.
Here it is. It was a high snap, started it all.
Bad snap, couldn't handle it.
So right here, looked like it was going to be dove on, but it just nobody ever had control of it. So Spike Wood just picks it up and takes off.
Picked it up off the ground and took off.
Yeah.
Great job.
Spencer on to kick the extra point. It is up and good. 28-10. Teays Valley leads Bloom-Carroll with 9:30 to play in the ballgame.
Yeah, guys, and it's like, as I said, I talked to Coach McKinney at halftime, and he said it was the unforced errors in the way of penalties and drop passes, what he was referring to, but then you have a fumble here. And really, I mean, if you look at it, a lot of the snaps tonight have been high and hot a little bit.
Yeah.
And Thanavong's done a pretty good job of controlling most of them, but that's two parts. One, it's getting the ball to the proper spot, and two, it's on the quarterback to control it, once you get it down. Just a really unfortunate break for Bloom-Carroll, and it's really blown this game open.
Lots of concern on the sides of on the faces of the Bloom-Carroll fans. Can we go back to that shot of the Teays Valley side? I mean, it was right after the touchdown, and they're kind of subdued. They're like, just kind of calm, like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. But they brought the whole town of Asheville, I think, in full force tonight.
So sideline warning now is 5 yards.
So it's not just a warning anymore.
I guess not. I don't.
Unless there was one earlier in the game, but I don't remember seeing one.
We did not have that call from John Whitson.
He made the signal, but.
Yeah, but I didn't see that signal earlier.
Right. So maybe that's a rule change. We'll have to check into that.
Yeah. Well, I don't. We had our first return last kickoff.
Well, now we're going to. Maybe that's what the side judge is going to go talk to Mr. Whitson about, because Coach Cross over on the far side had to have been asking, why are we moving the ball back? It was our first warning. So John Whitson's going to come over and talk to Coach McKinney.
Yeah.
And give an explanation.
Okay, we were right.
It almost looked like just now he crossed his arms like maybe they declined. I didn't even know you had an option to.
No, it's just a
decline
warning because it's a safety issue.
Right.
So the next time.
That side judge is not looking. Yeah. He's running down the sideline.
Well, if you got time, go Google an old film. Don Meredith was playing in college at SMU, and he stepped up and tripped a runner going down the sideline.
Oh, wow.
Many moons ago, but it's pretty unbelievable.
Spencer's kick this time will go to the end zone.
Yeah.
So the Bulldogs Down 28-10 with 9:30 to play. This is a point where now you have to you got to try to score a little bit quicker.
Yes. Being down 18 points, I mean,
it's still 2 scores, but
no.
Oh yeah, you're right. 18.
Need 3,
yeah.
So you got to have some super execution and some luck. And right now, Teays Valley has not provided them the luck.
Right.
They've been solid all night, Jared.
1st and 10. No running backs back there with Thanavong. He's got receivers galore to choose from. Fires one down the field, looking for his intended receiver, number 24. That's Landon Dodds, and just overthrew him. I think he kind of rushed that one a little bit. Threw it a little bit early,
Like I said, and not being critical, but he has not had his accuracy that we're used to seeing.
Yeah. I also think too, though, I mean, in the last couple of years, the offensive line's been a little bit more seasoned and given him a lot more time as well. He's been on the run a little bit more tonight.
Yeah, and their running game has created more of a threat in the past, which thus makes the quarterback, much easier job for him when you have a running game also.
Yeah.
And also remember, guys, again, not that we're picking here, but Bloom-Carroll, they've as many of the schools in the area have been a little off schedule as far as their practicing.
True.
So they haven't been practicing the same. Certainly haven't been practicing as long as they normally have been. And a timing offense like Bloom-Carroll runs, that can play a big part.
Yeah, that's a good call. Thanavong again looking to pass, dumps it off to Jude Blair. Blair trying to get first down yardage, and he's going to be short. Going to bring up a 4th down and short. Looks like spotted about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Have to go for it.
At this point, yes.
Almost got him to jump right there on the hard count. And Thanavong has Jude Blair beside him or behind him, and they're going to call a timeout here and talk about what they want to do.
That hurts.
A lot of time ticked off the clock there. 8:42 to go. 28-10. 4th and 2 for Bloom-Carroll. 2 hours and 21 minutes into this one on a late start.
Well, yeah, we've had a lot of penalties, incompletions, all those things.
So 4th and 2. It's a final from Fulton Field, Wayne Valley, New Jersey. After making the long trip, they beat the Gales 28-7. Fairfield Christian still knotted up at 21 at Oak Hill. Thanavong hands it off, and Blair is going to be stopped in the backfield, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
That defensive line.
Wow. So after the play, that'll be after the play. Coach Whitson's going over and going to talk to Coach Cross. We'll get the call here.
Yeah, I saw him. Coach Cross was giving it
I think the microphone again went out.
Sportsmanlike.
But it is after the play. So it's still Teays Valley football. It just backs them up a little further.
They looked like they knew the play.
They did. You're right. Connor Stallions around here somewhere?
Their defensive line.
That's good preparation.
It is, and their defensive linemen, they have just been after it all night.
First and 10, 8:37 to play in the ball game. Teays Valley already up by 18, looking to add on here. Farmer will hand it off to Spike Woods. Across the 40, still on his feet inside the 35.
It takes more than one person to get him.
Yes, it does.
He's run through some tackles tonight.
You mentioned just a junior.
Yeah.
Farmer also just a junior. Kevin Payne that we've talked about tonight, just a sophomore. He's had some catches. So, this is a fairly young group. There's a lot of guys going to be back next year for Teays Valley. 2nd and 4. Woods again, and again has a first down. Going to move the chains again inside the 30. Clock continues to roll. Bloom-Carroll with 1 timeout left. Teays Valley with 1 timeout left. Coming up, we will have our players of the game, 1 from each side. Start thinking about that, Tim. Farmer will take all the time he can. It's down to 3 on the play clock. Snaps it at 1. Handoff and the receiver coming around, and a good gain there on first down. Once again on the run this time, it is number 23, Carson Payne, another sophomore. He's had a good game too.
Yeah, he has. One of the things they've done, even though practice may have been different or off or whatever, one thing they've done well is they do not snap the ball until it gets down close in this 30-second clock. They've done a great job of that.
Right.
It bleeds it.
Yeah, it does.
When you're ahead, it's critical how to play the clock.
First and 10 at the 18 of Bloom-Carroll. Farmer going to keep it himself over the left guard, and he's close to the 10-yard line. Spot him down at the 11.
Well, I mean, every time they run the ball, Jared, they're positive right now. The yards are positive. That's just a tribute to their offensive linemen and what they're getting done up front.
Right.
Yeah, and just looking down on the field, tonight, guys, being here, there really is a stark size advantage when you look at Bloom-Carroll's defensive line and Teays Valley's offensive line. They really do have a size advantage. They've shown it tonight. They've been a lot more physical. And this time of game, when it's just very hard to continue to push, and when they're getting 5-6 yards a pop, as she was saying.
Ooh.
Tell you what, there's still some big hitting going on both sides. Bring up a 3rd down and 2. Clock down inside of 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Watch this right here. As Farmer kept it himself.
Whoa, he slipped on the turf there.
Farmer again going to keep it himself inside the 10. And he's got, I think, first down yardage.
Yeah, he just must stay in bounds more than anything.
No, he does not have first down yardage. It's going to be 4th down. Or are they going to, they're looking. Meanwhile, the clock's still rolling. As they're deciding if it's close enough.
4th down. Nope. They got a first down on the marker.
Not sure what's going on.
I believe it's 1st and goal. No.
Coach Cross wants to know too.
Oh, heck yeah.
Still
it is 4th. It is 4th and 1. Play clock all the way down to 5. I think they have to get more time in the play clock with all the confusion.
I would think.
I thought I saw the referee call for a play call reset.
Yeah, I think you're right. I did too. When he pumps his hand up in the air, that's reset the play clock, and it never reset, which forced Coach Cross to call a timeout. That'll be their last one, with 4:58 to play in the ball game, leading 28-10. While we got a stoppage, let's go ahead and get our players of the game. Let's do the Bloom-Carroll player of the game first, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive.
Well, I think for the Bulldogs, as always, they have a lot of good players that stand out, great performances, but Michael Stevenson, senior tight end, 6'5", 225, he just really stands out on the field.
I agree. Number 85, Michael Stevenson. Congratulations. He is our Buffalo Wild Wings Bloom-Carroll player of the game. And after this next play, we will get our Teays Valley player of the game. There's Michael right there. He's got a big career ahead of him, not just here in his senior year, but he's going to move on and play at Colgate.
And word's out that he wants to be a doctor.
He's very smart, so he will be successful. Spike Woods took a hit at the line of scrimmage, but kept on moving, and I think he's got the first down. Yes, he does. Let's get to our Teays Valley player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Stop out and see Brian or Sean, or learn more at carriagecompany.com.
I think Farmer's been really good at quarterback. I think the offensive line and defensive lines have been tremendous, but I tell you, the guy that makes them go a little bit is Spike Woods, number 7.
There he is, number 7, Spike Woods. Congratulations. He is the Teays Valley player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company. Congratulations to Spike. Number 7, just a junior on this Viking football team. First and goal for the Vikings. And we have a flag
delay
on the play. Yep. Tim, while we're winding down the time here, talk a little bit about Coach Cross. I know we mentioned it early in the game and the pregame, but I mean, just really just a storied career he's had as a head coach. 39 years
as a head coach.
Wow.
Now he's coached some other times. I mean, he hadn't coached, I think, since he left Reedy in 18. There he is. I mean, he's got me by a year or two, so I'm like amazed, honestly, at how long he's done it. He's had great success wherever he's been. He's in the Ohio High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame, Jared.
Wow.
And that in itself is quite an honor.
Inducted in 2020.
And he's as honest as the day is long. He was super transparent, speaking about his program and the team and what he wants to do. And Coach McKinney's the same way. Coach McKinney's about 30-some years behind as a head coach, but he's great at sharing with us what makes our broadcast even that much better, and allowing us to highlight the school and the players and the program. It's just I find that one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is getting to talk to the coaches.
And Coach Cross is one that he's been all over the place. I mean, Canton McKinley, he's been, Cincinnati Colerain, he coached against Cincinnati Colerain, but I mean, he's been here in Central Ohio, a couple different stops. I mean, talk about some of the places that he's been.
Well, I mean, he coached in the City League at Eastmore, that's a whole different game in itself. Grove City, I think, was his. I saw a quote where he said that was probably his favorite place. Not that others weren't good, but it was probably, he spent 16 years there. And coached at Reedy for 5 years. And Canton McKinley, one of the all-time great. I mean, and coached 5 years there at Canton McKinley. And actually, like you said, he played Cincinnati Colerain in the state championship game. So, he's done a lot of things. He started the program at Olentangy Orange and started it for 6 years when you had no seniors.
From scratch. Yeah.
So he knows how to get it done, But it starts with effort.
Yep.
Get in the weight room, get in shape, do all the things in the offseason to get ready to bring it out to the field in the late summer and fall.
A 252 and 153 record. Ball's loose on the field, and it's taken up over by Bloom-Carroll.
Yep. No surrender.
Nope. Going to play hard to the end.
Yes, sir. If you don't learn that, you won't be able to do it.
Right.
Now and again, I'm very thankful for both coaches here. We see the replay. Just who was that got in there? I couldn't tell.
He didn't make the tackle, but he hit him
Yeah,
enough to jar the ball loose.
Got him early.
So the Bulldogs will go on offense, 1st and 10, backed up inside their own 10-yard line, trailing 28-10 with 3:54 to play in the ball game.
Now, the hardest thing sometimes with young people, too, when you're teaching sports like right now, this is really important if you're Bloom-Carroll. How are we going to play? We're not going to win the game, but how are you going to play in the last 3 minutes?
Van Thanevong had to tuck it in and run. And he steps out of bounds. Going to be a gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3. Clock stopped at 3:48 to play in the ball game. And Thanevong pitches it out to Jude Blair. Blair across the 20-yard line has the 1st down. It'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This kind of stuff. I mean, you're not going to get a better practice situation than these 3.5 minutes right now. You know, everybody wants to give up when, well, they're not going to win.
Right.
That is not how you teach it.
Right.
You've been through coaching long enough. You understand that.
Yeah,
you got to win the next inning or basketball, the next quarter, whatever it is.
Yep.
You've got to improve.
Van Thanevong back to pass. Stayed in the pocket a long time, then just chucks one downfield, and it's incomplete. Players just got their feet tangled up. I think it's a good no call. I'd have to see it again, but I think they just got their feet tangled up.
He's talking to Jeremy there on the sidelines, side judge.
Here it is. I didn't see anything egregious.
No.
2nd and 10. With the clock stopped at 3:14. Van Thanevong lobs one out to Stevenson. It's caught at the 40, and he loses the football. Recovers it all the way up across the 50.
Gained himself about 10 more yards. Like I said, this is a good thing. You got 3 minutes. Let's see how good we can be.
Watch this little lob pass here.
That's his backyard play right there, Jared.
Yep.
Whoops.
Ball at the 46-yard line of Teays Valley. Inside of 3 minutes to play. Van Thanevong sends Hutchinson in motion. Bad snap on the ground. Van Thanevong going to have to make something happen here on his own. And he hits his man Hutchinson. Hutchinson across the 30, loses the football. Picks it up again. And going to be down at the 31.
Just have to put a handle on that thing.
Must be all that rain we got earlier, right, Marion?
Who knows, guys?
They're not used to that.
Yeah.
But a good job by Van Thanevong there to recover.
Yeah,
after picking up the fumble or the bad snap, he was able to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, he's tremendous on the scramble situation.
Van Thanevong again back to pass, has pressure, and he's hit from both sides.
Oh, wow.
He'll be brought down at the 33-yard line. Clock inside of 2 minutes to play.
Tristan Graham and Tyler Teays again. They have been.
From the start.
Yeah, they have been after it.
And they play both sides of the football as well.
Just a great effort.
Ethan back to pass. Way overthrows his intended receiver that time. I think he thought that Tom Russo was his receiver down there.
If Tom would have dove, he might have caught it.
His arm did get hit as he was following through on that one.
Oh, Thanavong's arm got hit?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right. So 3rd and 11. And Thanavong, all kinds of pressure, just dumps it off to Jude Blair. And he gets back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th and 10. And a late flag comes in. Is that on Teays Valley or on Bloom-Carroll?
No.
Both of them jawing at each other.
They ran that little middle screen again. And Peter Graham came up and read it really well.
Yeah, he did. Let's see what happens. So it goes on Teays Valley. It's offsetting. It goes on both teams. So it'll be offsetting, and it's going to make up a 4th down and 11. Upper right-hand corner of the screen is what we're watching. Yeah, both guys just scrapping.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's definitely a good call. Both of them.
Yep.
Neither one of them was innocent. And Thanavong with pressure again, lobs one over the middle. Rusty Hutchinson makes a catch inside the 15-yard line. 1st down for the Bulldogs. Stops the clock long enough to move the chains. Now it's rolling again at 42. Ethan again back to pass and again pressured. Dumps it off to Blair. Blair gets a good block. And he's out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. And a Teays Valley player down at the 26-yard line.
He is under immediate pressure
Yeah, he was.
on every snap right now.
Looks like maybe just another cramp.
Yep.
So 25 seconds to play in the game. Injury stoppage. So Marion, where do these teams go from here? Of course, Teays Valley and Coach Cross, they have to be very pleased with the turnaround from last week to this week.
Oh, they've got to be thrilled, Jared, and especially with the way they lost last week. You know, Grove City got after them, quite a bit. And we talked about it. They lost their leader, Ethan Swalbach, outstanding, one of the best linebackers in the area. But they bounced back here, so it gives them a whole lot of confidence, you got to think, going into this season. And likewise, with Bloom-Carroll, they can't lose confidence. You know, they've always played with a certain swag, especially earlier in the season. Even when they've tripped up, they've been able to right the ship. They've got to make sure that they do that now with a lot of young players, a lot of new players, make sure that they don't lose that confidence and continue to play the way that they know how to play.
Yeah. 2nd and 5 here for Bloom-Carroll. Pressure again. And Thanavong, as he's being sacked, throws the pass to Tom Russo. Incomplete, out of bounds.
I'm telling you, he is a magnet for the defensive lineman right now.
Oh, man, he is. I mean, they're in there immediately.
To that point, guys, I don't know if I would just be content to get out of here and not get him hurt,
right.
or anyone hurt for that matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Especially that last play. That would have scared me a little.
Yeah, he had heavy pressure coming fast at him.
Run the fade here.
Gonna lob one to the end zone, a little bit overthrown.
Hey,
shoot with the turning Romo called.
Hey, keep the people off of him. Yeah.
Your voice is not raspy enough to be Romo there, Shu.
Nor do I have his income.
True. 4th down and 5. 17 seconds on the clock. Bulldogs will go for it. Thanavong, this time with a little more time. Fires one to the end zone through the hands of Rusty Hutchinson, incomplete. And Teays Valley will take over with 9 seconds on the clock.
Pass intended for Rusty Hutchinson, incomplete.
Well, hats off to Teays defensively.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've done everything they needed to do to control it, keep the tempo efficient enough offensively.
Yep.
But like I said, I really believe this will make Carroll better.
Oh, you think about the last couple of years, what they started the year.
Oh, yeah.
2 years in a row with losses to Harvest Prep, and then went on long playoff runs.
And your seniors, you know, Ethan Tantanavong, the guys have been through this. They'll have to step it up now.
Yeah.
Make sure they get back to work, get on focus, and get ready to play. Because you know what, Jonathan Alder will not be any cakewalk next week.
True. So Brady Farmer brings them out. Going to be one snap and a kneel, and they will walk out of here with a big victory in week number 2.
Now, like we said, Carroll's won or shared 6 of the last titles. So, and that means these kids probably never beaten them.
The clock never stopped or never started. Should be at 0 already, but that's going to do it. Teays Valley going to win it tonight, 28-10 over Bloom-Carroll. What used to be a Mid-State League Buckeye Division rivalry is no longer a league rivalry, but I tell you what, I think it's going to continue to be a rivalry. I expect these two teams to continue to play, especially if it's going to be, you know, intense like this. Marion headed out to the field, see if he can get Coach Cross possibly after his team comes out 28-10 victory. While we wait, I want to thank our Interphase Video Productions crew tonight, doing a great job on a late night. I understand some of them are going to have an early morning tomorrow as well, as they're going to be filming some stuff, I think a concert series, so thanks to those guys. Josh Meshley is our producer-director. Donnie Ziegfeld also in the truck with Dylan Panchel. On our cameras tonight, Jim Spires, Jason Roush, and Tom Russo. Those guys always do a fantastic job. We couldn't do any of what we do without them, so we thank them. And, of course, thank you at home for watching all of our broadcasts. And while we're still waiting for Marion, we'll tell you that next week we'll have a week off, and then the following week we will be at Fairfield Christian for the first ever Fairfield Christian true home game against Grove City Christian. That should be fun.
That'll be great.
Looks like Coach Cross is heading toward Marion, so give them a couple minutes to get set here. And we'll be heading down there momentarily, but again, just a big victory for Teays Valley. They win it tonight 28-10 over Bloom-Carroll. Let's head down to the field to Marion Royster.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Cross, Teays Valley. Coach, game plan tonight. It seemed like you said earlier in the week to my colleague Tim Shoemaker that you really wanted to slow the game, Bloom-Carroll from making the big play. You were able to do that, play very physical up front.
They have a very good quarterback and a good passing game, and we were really concerned about that. So we wanted to try to run the football and keep the ball away from them. But our defense did an outstanding job. They bent, but they didn't break. To hold those guys to only, I think, 10 points after they scored 38 last week. And for us, we had to change a lot of things due to some injuries from last week. So we almost had a whole new offense coming into this game.
Yeah, speaking of that offense, you guys were able to, move the ball consistently, really played almost, a flawless game, a couple turnovers. For the most part, you guys were able to move the ball, you ran when you needed to, had some throws there.
We did. Our quarterback came through. This is only his 4th game as a starter, so very proud of his effort. Our running backs ran the ball hard, and our offensive line came off the ball, and we were able to run it just enough to be able to finish the game.
So in your second year here, coming off last week, you had a tough loss last week, and you lost your heart and soul, your defense, Ethan Schwalbach. But this has got to be a real signature win. Does this give you guys confidence going the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's really an uplifting game for us. We had a tough week. Everybody did with the temperatures. We never got outside one day. We were indoors the whole week. We didn't get to go against their passing offense. We didn't get to practice it. We didn't get to throw the ball very much. So I wasn't sure how things were going to go. So I'm really pleased with the way our kids, and this should lift our kids up going into next week's game for sure.
Great win tonight. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys.
That's Coach Cross, victorious tonight 28-10 over Bloom-Carroll. Big one for them moving forward, Shu.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you need. You're going to step it up here, and, you're going to play 7 OCC Buckeye games after next week, so you better be ready to go every week, and they look good tonight.
Big thanks to our Interface Video Productions crew. Marion, good to have you back with us tonight. Great job down on the field. Braving the heat down there.
Yeah, great to be back. Heat wasn't too bad. It was probably with the cramps, but it was fun to be out here. Great to be with you.
We take a break next week, and we're back the following week at Fairfield Christian as they host Grove City Christian. Once again, your final score, Teays Valley 28, Bloom-Carroll 10. For our entire Interface Video Productions crew, Marion Royster, Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.